Hello, Mum Can't Cook listeners.
Hi.
The episode is about to get underway, but before that happens, we have an important and exciting announcement. Mum Can't Cook Live is returning, isn't it, Andy?
That's right. We're going to be returning on the 31st of July 2025 at the Islington Assembly Hall, where Luke and I will be presenting a high-stakes recap of Money Plane.
Money Plane. Andy, please tell me what is Money Plane.
Money Plane is the 2020 straight-to-VOD heist action film directed by Disney Channel royalty Andrew Lawrence and starring all three Lawrence brothers, the pro wrestler Edge, and Kelsey Grammer in the role of a lifetime as Darius Emmanuel Grouch III, a.k.a. The Rumble.
You've seen this film. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Am I in for a treat?
You're in for an unbelievable treat.
Oh
it's the stupidest, funniest, lowest budget, most Lawrence Brothers movie, perhaps in cinema history.
Put it right into my veins. And listeners, you are in for a treat too, because you can see this recap live. 31st of July, Islington Assembly Hall. It is going to be such a good time. Our last live show was in the same venue, and it was so wonderful. It was such a good energy. It was such a blast.
It was an absolute treat.
Yeah.
We'll put a link to buy tickets in the description of this podcast. So if you want to come along, click on that link, get your tickets now. Don't miss out. It's going to be an absolute treat.
We'll see you in the skies.
Money Plane.
Money Plane. Now here's Max Keeble.
I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X-Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry, because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mum Can't Cook, a decom podcast. I am one of your hosts, Andy Farrens.
And I'm the other host, Luke Westaway. And let me tell you, Andy.
Oh, what's this attitude?
I'm out of here.
What do you mean you're out of here?
I'm moving away at the end of the week, and you know what that means? Time to burn some bridges, baby.
Moving away?
Moving away. Yeah, I'm moving away.
We record this over the internet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference.
I'm moving to Chicago. They don't have the internet over there.
No, you're right.
So I'm just weapons free over here. But all the things I always wanted to say, Andy.
Yeah.
Your microphone technique is excellent. How do you do it?
Thank you.
Yeah,
very kind.
Yeah, that's right. And I can say that with no repercussions. Okay, what else? Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
You put Kermode and mayo in the shade.
These are all nice things. You could have said these without moving away, and then I could have thanked you for them.
Oh no, you don't understand, Andy. For me, it's very difficult to give compliments because it's very awkward,
okay.
And it forces me to confront the fact that there are things that other people are just naturally better at than me. And that, for me, is so deeply uncomfortable that I have to be moving to Chicago.
Chicago, where they don't have the internet, and you can't continue to do this podcast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call my parents and say some respectful things, and then I'll be off to Chicago,
where you can dwell on all those things that you said and sort of cringe inwardly when you remember the nice things you said.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, I'm just getting a message from my real estate agent.
Yep.
Big Chicago Joe at Chicago Real Estate.
ChicagoJoes.com. Chicago Joe's combination realtor and pizza parlor.
Deep fan real estate. He says that it's all fallen through like a big deep pan pizza. Yeah, he says Chicago's all fallen.
Chicago's fallen through the crust of the earth.
The deep pan crust of the earth.
They made one too many deep pan pizzas, and the mass just pulled them down.
Just collapsed it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that about Chicago, but it's good news that you're staying, because it means that we can recap Max Keeble's big move.
Oh boy.
The 2001 Disney movie.
Yep.
That did receive a theatrical release, but don't worry, it grossed negative $6.5 million.
Why on earth did this get a theatrical release?
I don't know. Anyone could have told them it would make negative $6.4 million.
I can kind of see it. Having watched it, it's not an expensive or great film by any measure, but there is a certain sort of sprinkling of quality to the...
There's definitely... You can tell that they spent a bit more on this than the usual decoms. It cost $25 million to make.
The opening scene alone sort of looks
like... The animal wrangling involved. There's an American Humane Society logo at the end of this film.
Is there?
Yeah.
Even though a huge plot point is that all these animals are actively trying to have sex with a man's mouth.
Yeah, it's not inhumane to do that. It's just immoral.
And you say that this grossed negative $6 million.
Yeah, it would have been cheaper for the production if they bought the painting Juliet and Her Nurse by J.M.W. Turner, set it on fire, and then filmed that with their cell phones and then released that.
Yeah, or didn't release that.
Or just didn't release it.
Yeah, just burnt, just privately in the privacy of the back garden, burned the art.
Just set fire to a Turner painting and then called it a day. We've saved the company some money.
Oh my God. Okay, it's called Max Keeble's Big Move, not Max Keeble's Big Movie. You will obviously always, for the rest of your life, hear it as Big Movie because that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
But it is about a move.
This film has the energy of like an end of 3-season sort of wrap-up movie. But as far as I can tell, Max Keeble is not an existing character and has no TV show.
That is so true. All the characters are introduced as if they have 65 episodes of
of backstory and lore.
Of backstory and lore. But, like someone said, oh, well, we need to make it barely accessible to someone who's just tuning in for the first time here. So just, what do we say about a beloved character, Robe? Oh, just a quick line and be like, I think you can guess why he's called Robe. And I'm like, the hell? Who's this
Turn
guy?
to the audience. You remember when he got his classic robe in season 2, episode 16.
Oh yeah. A beloved, one of the fans' most treasured moments.
Yeah, it's got the energy of the Even Stevens movie, or I don't know, the Lizzie McGuire movie, or the Wizards of Waverly Place movie. That kind of energy.
Yes.
But because they put Max Keeble in the title, and I'm like, well, surely they wouldn't say Max Keeble's Big Move and expect people to go and see that if they don't know who Max Keeble is.
Oh, sick. Max Keeble's in this one?
He's moving? This I gotta see.
Oh, Max Keeble's moving. Yeah, also, moving away is the perfect sort of end of season and end of show sort of movie thing, isn't it?
Right, they can't continue to have adventures with such characters as Robe if he's moved away from Robe.
Popular character Robe, if Robe isn't in Chicago.
Yeah.
I actually quite enjoyed this film.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's got some genuinely good jokes in. Not like, I'm not busting up, but, I sort of smiled a few times, which is pretty good.
There's some funny writing, and also it's got it's got that thing I love in children's media where it's like their high school is a sort of like heightened, bizarre version of high school. Like the bullies are so weird.
Yeah.
And the high school itself is like ruled over by a tyrannical principal who doesn't have to answer to a school board and can just make swinging cuts to the budget without any oversight.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of it's unrealistic, but in a sort of fun kid movie way that I enjoy.
Yeah, and in a way that makes sense because it's all sort of from the perspective of Max Keeble, who is a little dork with a big imagination.
Yeah.
Also, I think the best thing I can say about this film is that it has a consistent vibe.
Yes.
It has an energy to it that it sticks with all the way through. There's not much plot, but the enjoyment of the film just comes from its sort of colourful, manic energy.
Yeah.
It feels really, it feels really like Malcolm in the Middle to me. In the way that stylistically.
It has a Malcolm in the Middle cast member front and centre for a lot of the film. Two.
One of the nerds is also in it.
It's also a Krellboyne.
A Krellboyne. Man.
Let's have the trailer and then we can crack into the recap.
Things aren't going Max Keeble's way at school.
I don't want to go.
He's not the biggest man on campus. And the principal's not his biggest fan.
Keeble!
But something's about to happen.
We're moving? Friday!
To turn his world around.
I have one last day to take a stand. To make the school a better place for the kids I'm leaving behind. And oh yeah.
There's just one small problem.
We're not moving?
Keeble.
You're a smart little boy. But so am I.
From Walt Disney Pictures, a movie for the underdog in all of us.
Like someone declared it Max Keeble Day and forgot to tell me.
Yeah!
So we open on a sequence that I found very intimidating as someone trying to recap it, but I think we can probably breeze through it quite easily because it turns out it's all a dream sequence.
What I will say is you can tell immediately that this film has got a little more attention to detail, a little more quality, because there's a framed newspaper on the wall, and the text is all real.
Yes!
And appropriate to the story.
Also, when it comes up on screen and says a Disney Channel original movie, it doesn't say it in the sort of default Avid font or whatever they were using. Someone's actually gone to the pains of designing the text.
Designing an actual font.
You see here, yeah.
So Max opens his garage. He's on a BMX, and he brings up his pager, and it says, "Your mission: complete paper route in 30 minutes." Yeah. He throws his pager, and it explodes for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's the Motorola T900 talkabout. They were always exploding.
They're constantly exploding. Something to do with the battery. Anyway, he cycles out on his BMX and starts throwing papers directly into mailboxes like the video game Paperboy.
Yeah, like with super incredible accuracy. Everything here is sort of soft focus, increased saturation, like the Butterfly music video by Crazy Town.
Yeah, right, it's exactly that,
Yeah.
We meet Max Keeble's nemesis. He is an ice cream man, played by Jamie Kennedy from Scream. He was Randy Meeks in Scream.
Oh, yeah.
He's reading a newspaper that reveals that Max exposed him for there being cockroaches in his ice cream.
That's right.
Paper boy, he hisses.
The ice cream truck guy's eyes glow red as he starts driving after Max Keeble. He goes, "Ice cream, you scream! We all scream for ice cream!" And the huge plastic cone on top of the truck rotates to turn into a gun that shoots ice cream.
Max sprints off down the street on his bike. Skateboarding legend Tony Hawk is doing a lip stall on a half pipe in the street, and he says, "Hi, Max."
Oh my God.
But then he gets shot in the face with ice cream by the ice cream man.
Yeah, it sort of hits him in the chest and face in a way that I watched it back a few times, obviously, because it's Tony Hawk. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Tony Hawk's in this one?
Tony Hawk's in this one.
And the ice cream hits him in a way I'm pretty sure it's harder than they meant for it to hit him.
It's Tony Hawk. He's used to it.
Well, yeah, either Tony Hawk's a great actor or this one really took him up pretty
knocked the wind
hard.
out of it. That was sort of the end of his competitive skateboarding career.
Yeah, sort of dovetails nicely.
He shattered his sternum, broke every single one of his ribs.
Yeah. The ice cream man says, "A Tony Hawk Sunday."
Yeah.
And Tony Hawk from the floor meekly says, "That ice cream man sure is evil."
Again, a good joke.
Yeah, good.
A good line read. They clearly, I think they didn't have this Tony Hawk cameo locked in till quite late, because you can see the ice cream man's mouth moving, but it's nowhere near a Tony Hawk Sunday, is what he's saying. So,
do you think he's maybe saying some other skater lines to see who they could get?
Yeah.
A Bam Margera Sunday.
Or just, some other actor from the period. He's like, wow, a Lucy Liu Sunday.
There's no way they could get Lucy Liu.
No, but they,
Yeah, reach for the stars.
Don't plan to fail.
Yeah.
So suddenly...
Kelsey Grammer Sunday.
This chase continues. Max is riding downstairs, drifting his bike around corners. Then he stops. The ice cream man stops too, but Max investigates the van and he's not inside. He looks around and suddenly there are Chinese lanterns everywhere, and the music goes all like the music from a kung fu movie from the 1970s. I've written, was this compulsory in the early 2000s to include a sort of kung fu pastiche?
When did Rush Hour come out? I feel like Rush Hour has a lot to answer for, just generally. I feel like Rush Hour was the point where, like, all those kung fu movies that were pretty, like, cool through the 90s, but in a sort of culty, get it on VHS kind of way, sort of broke over into the mainstream.
Rush Hour was 1998.
1998.
So
okay, yeah.
That lines up. I was thinking about this. I'm like, where has this come from? And I think it might be Wayne's World 2, which has that sort of extended, kung fu pastiche with James Hong.
You're right. I think the thing is, it's bad and problematic.
Yeah.
At the time, I think people who were making it were like, this will be fun to make.
Yeah.
Because the main thing is, like, you do every voice as ADR, like it's a sort of clumsy dub. Mm-hmm. You add in a load of, like, punching sound effects.
Yeah.
And you get to do a load of choreographed fighting. I think.
But also, you have to deliver the dubbed dialogue like you're a Chinese person speaking sort of broken English, which is the problem part of it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they didn't have to.
Yes, they absolutely didn't have to, but they did.
To do this thing that every movie seems to do at this time. Yeah. I think if you're a filmmaker around this era, the siren call of doing this must have seemed very strong.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be, this. I don't really want to direct Max Keeble's big movie. It's not really what I wanted to be doing in my life.
But I'll get to do a funny kung fu pastiche.
Yeah, if I can sort of crowbar in a kung fu pastiche, I guess I will.
It's different in the Wayne's World one, because they're doing that kind of, like, very lazy 70s dubbing by American actors, where it's like, very well, if that is your custom, then prepare to die.
Yeah.
That kind of that kind of voice. Whereas here they are doing a sort of racist impression.
Yeah. So it's bad. It's probably best ignored entirely. But the main thing to take away,
they have a kung fu fight.
They have a kung fu fight. It goes on for a little while. The main point is that this looks like it costs so much more than most decoms. Just in its intro bit, you've got traffic stunts.
Yeah, there's wire work.
There's Tony Hawk's medical bills. The expense is enormous.
So, yeah, Tony Hawk is uninsurable, so that's all coming out of the movie's budget.
You can insure Tony Hawk's lying there going, "Well, that ice cream man sure is evil. Did we get it? This is really going to cost you, fellas."
Yeah, this is talking 7 figures easily. So he sort of punches him and he flies off into the sky like Team Rocket.
Yeah.
And then he continues cycling. He jumps over a bodacious babe on a swing. She gets off and he hands her the paper. "What took you so long?" she says. "I stopped for some ice cream," he says. And then she leans in to kiss him. But the ice cream man pulls up and fires a big scoop of ice cream into their face.
Yeah, they are splattered by ice cream, which hard cuts to Max Keeble jolting awake.
Yeah, he has a Bill Goldberg alarm clock that says "Get out of bed, jabroni," over and over and over and over again.
Is that good? I looked this up to the extent of finding out that Bill Goldberg was a wrestler, because I was like, well, this looks like some kind of wrestler alarm clock. Is Bill Goldberg one of the good wrestlers?
Oh, goodness me, no. He's one of the worst wrestlers of all time.
Sorry, that really got me. Do you care to elaborate? No is an acceptable answer.
I can. It's quite boring. He was a massive guy, and they put him in WCW and had him beat everyone, but he was terrible at wrestling and injured everyone, and he was really boring. And once he kicked Bret Hart so hard in the head that Bret Hart had to stop wrestling for the rest of his life.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
See, it's weird, though, isn't it? Because you can see how he got away with that. Because if you told most people that and they didn't know wrestling was pretend, they'd be like, well, good. It sounds like he's doing really well.
Sounds like he's the best one.
So if he's injuring all the other... Maybe Bill Goldberg doesn't know it's pretend. Maybe it's like, I don't see what the problem is. I'm winning easily.
Probably not the person you'd want an alarm clock of is the point I'm trying to make.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Andy, I found some on eBay and I've been watching several of them.
Oh, okay, good.
So, yeah. So in voiceover, Max concedes that he was merely dreaming. He's not really cool. But that's all going to change because this is his first day of big school. He's standing in front of the mirror. He's putting on clothes. He says, "I had a new look. I was a baller, a shot caller. I was a player with a fat attitude." Or as I like to call it, fatitude.
So at this point, I'm dying of secondhand embarrassment, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I find this kind of weird that he's like, yeah, I'm pretty uncool, but now I'm off to junior high and I've got a whole new attitude and a whole new look. But we never see his old look. And we're just sort of told...
It must have been... we're just... Having seen this look, this is his fatitude. His old look must have been an absolute car crash. God, I can't even imagine.
There's several bits where they sort of call back to an earlier Max that we never see. Like, later on, his dad's like, "Oh, who's this confident young Max?" But we only ever see him being, like, basically a Chaz Anthony character, kind of strutting around school with gelled hair.
And cool, yeah. He must just have been, like, a little shaved-headed jester or something.
just a little Krellboyne, just sort of rolling around school, scuttling from shadow to shadow.
Krellboyne in Motley. Okay. So
he's got fatitude now, that's the point.
Yeah, he's got fatitude. Fatitude tick acquired.
He
goes downstairs, we meet his mom. She's so pleased because she's just finished getting the house perfect after years and years of decorating.
Yeah.
And then Dad enters dressed head to toe in a large foam lobster costume. We're told that he, quote, works in advertising, which feels like a lie.
He has a boss called Mr. Foge who makes him wear goofy costumes sometimes. He is played by Robert Carradine, a.k.a. Van Helsing from Mom's Gadwav.
He explains that he is Lieutenant Lobster for the big Lobster Shack pitch today.
Yeah. Foged again, says Mom.
Now, there's nothing about this lobster suit that is ostensibly military.
No.
So I don't know where the lieutenant part of Lieutenant Lobster is coming from. I also don't exactly know why in the big Lobster Shack pitch meeting you would need to have one of your ad execs doing the presentation dressed as
a lobster.
New mascot.
Presumably they know what a lobster looks like. They run the Lobster Shack.
Yeah.
So
they probably don't like to see a lobster because they're reminded of like
all the lobsters they've killed.
All the lobster killing. The sort of
mass lobster
mechanized,
murder.
the mechanized lobster slaughter.
Yeah. I think what it has to be is that Foge is like, okay, we're willing to do anything for your business, and if you'll let us take up the Lobster Shack account, I will give you one night with Max Keeble's dad in a lobster costume.
Or like, we'll humiliate this one employee. However
he'll
you
do
like.
anything.
What do you want? Dress him as a lobster.
Yeah.
Make him call Lieutenant Lobster. Make him say military stuff.
Cover him in drawn butter and lemon juice. Yes.
We'll do it. That's fine.
Keeble, climb into the butter vat.
Okay, Foge.
So he's been foged bad. Max leaves for school, and Dad's like, "Hey, do you want to ride?" And he's like, "Not if you're going to be dressed as a lobster." And he's like, "Well, yes, I am. So I suppose that's a no then."
Dad explains that he has to because Foge has got a dozen junior ad execs lined up behind him who'd love to be Lieutenant Lobster. I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think that's true either.
Yeah, okay.
Max gets on the bus and we meet his best friend, a weird kid named Robert, but they call him Robe because Robe is short for Robert, and also he always wears a bathrobe.
Yeah, like he always wears a bathrobe everywhere.
Yeah.
I think this is an absolutely disgusting character affectation.
Oh, everything about this character is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. So he's wearing a robe. We also meet Megan, my other best friend. Max, it says in voiceover. Megan never goes anywhere without her clarinet, as you'll know if you watched the previous 64 episodes of Max Keeble.
Yep.
Max Keeble's big
show.
Yeah.
What's nice about this movie is that it has, when it introduces the characters, it tells us their names, which you'd think that would be
a treat.
Yeah, you think that would be a given, but so many of these decoms, you don't find out a character's name until about an hour into the film. So thank you, Max Keeble's big move.
Never, and you have to IMDb it and be like, well, I hope this was filled out accurately by
I
some
guess
child.
that was Clemens.
Popular character Clemens. Yeah.
Popular character Clemens, yeah.
So Megan calls Robe a freak in a robe that smells like diapers, which... If I had a character in my film who always wore a bathrobe, I wouldn't have one of the very first things said about him be that it smells like diapers. Because
the robe smells like diapers, because now I'm thinking about that every time I see Robe.
Yeah, now I think about it the whole film and also after the film.
No one denies that his robe smells like diapers.
No,
she's like, your robe smells like diapers, and they're like, yeah, we know.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, okay, well that's canonical confirmation that this robe smells like diapers.
My robe smells like diapers because I'm wearing diapers.
My robe smells like diapers because I defecate into it. What's the problem?
Robe is played by Josh Peck, who you possibly recognise from Drake and Josh, because he's Josh in Drake and Josh. But he more recently plays the WLF soldier in The Last of Us Season 2.
Right.
Who's in... If you've watched... This isn't a spoiler if you haven't watched it, but if you have watched it, he's the WLF soldier in the back of the truck who's talking disparagingly about voters, which is insane. He's this sort of like extremely insensitive and unkind, huge, muscled army jerk.
Okay.
Which is, an amazing, amazing.
Is he wearing a robe in it?
Well, he's wearing a lot of body armor, so it's entirely possible that underneath that there is a robe.
It's entirely possible that body armor smells like diapers.
Yeah, he's having a kind of Scott Adams apocalypse where he's sort of wandering around in a bathrobe, having a twee time while everyone else.
You mean Douglas Adams?
Oh, yes.
Not the Dilbert guy.
Not the terrible Dilbert guy who went so spectacularly off the rails.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, okay, he's having that kind of apocalypse.
Yeah, trust me, if you could choose, if someone ever says, choose between the following two apocalypses, do not choose the Dilbert guy's apocalypse.
Yeah.
Choose the Douglas Adams apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So,
what were we talking about? Robe.
Oh yeah, Max is asked where his bassoon is, because of course he used to be terribly uncool, but now he has fatitude.
Yeah.
Because Megan wants to take band together, but he's like, I've been thinking, is band still cool? Megan is baffled by this. Max thinks they could become cool, and then Robe finds an old soda can on the floor and drinks the sort of backwash dregs out of it.
Cool.
And everyone makes a disgusted face.
Yeah.
Because it's disgusting what he just did.
It's disgusting, and he stinks. Some licensed music by Sugar Cult transitions us to the high school, which is John C. Curtis High. As they hop off the school bus, a kid from the school paper and a journalist from the school paper, who is Justin Burfield, a.k.a. Reese from Malcolm in the Middle, take their photos. How's this for a headline, says Reese from Malcolm in the Middle. Sheep arrive for slaughter.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
Pretty bad as a headline.
Yeah.
We see the school's principal, Elliot T. Gindrake, observing the kids arriving. He hates them and their rickets and their lice and their high voices.
Yeah.
But each one is a rung on the ladder of my success, he says. A ladder that ends in a vast neon sign that stretches across the night sky and says Superintendent Gindrake.
What could it mean?
When Superintendent Nebworth sees what I've done here in his honour, he's sure to name me as his successor. Not sure that's how any of this works, but fine.
Yes, an assistant, Mrs. Rangoon. He asks her to set up the video broadcast machine device. He says he wants to address the acne-strafed masses, which I quite liked as a descriptor, acne-strafed.
Yeah.
And he uses some breath spray, which is an affectation of his that he's going to be using to quite devastating effect.
So we cut to those school reporters from earlier, giving a rundown of the school's colourful bullies to a nervous child. In 1985, there was Tomato Face Callahan. He'd walk right up to you and shove a tomato in your face. In 1991, Wedgie Jackson. He invented the worldwide wedge.
It's good. That's good, I think. I also really appreciate how, like, one of this movie's things, with a capital T, is like bullies who have a particular theme or shtick.
Like a quirk, like a Batman villain or something.
Yes, and I like that when they're describing bullies of the past, there's a sort of increasing escalation in theme. Like Tomato Face Callahan, who shoves tomatoes in your face. It's like, I guess that's kind of a theme.
Yeah.
Then there's Wedge Jackson, who invented the worldwide wedge, which is, you know,
some sort of wedgie technique.
Some sort of wedgie technique, yeah. So, you know, that's the theme. Now, this year they say Troy McGinty. The word is he's going to pound on a different kid every day, and he's devised a way of letting everyone know who he's coming after.
Yeah.
We cut to Troy. He's wearing sort of like biker leathers and chains. He's got spiky hair, and he unzips a jacket to reveal a T-shirt that says Max Keeble in sort of scratchy, frightening letters.
Yes.
I hope Troy McGinty got the word out about this system, or he just looks like a Max Keeble fan.
Well, also, it's the first day. Does this Troy McGinty have access to the school's like intake records? He knows all of the new kids who are coming in?
Well, he's probably pally with Mrs. Rangoon.
Yeah.
He was like, can you get me the intake list?
What I think is funny about this is there are, 190, 200 days in a school year? So Troy McGinty has had to buy 200 blank T-shirts and like an enormous amount of fabric pens, and probably spends a good portion of every evening like making these T-shirts.
Oh, yeah, it must be. He's not doing any homework.
No.
He's got no life outside of it. But he's got no life outside of this anyway, because he's going to pound every kid. Like, every kid in the school.
Yeah.
I really like this as a premise. Like, everyone's going to get one day of bullying, and everyone just sort of walks around, and when it's not your turn, imagine the relief. Imagine the relief when Troy McGinty, I would feel alive.
I don't think you can do it at that cadence, to be honest, because it's a pretty big high school.
Yeah.
What's the intake of kids? It's got to be more than 190 to a year.
Let's say that there are like at least 60 kids coming in, like 2 classes for the year. There's probably more, but yeah.
I'd say more. This looks like a bigger. I would say that you couldn't get to every member of one school year in a year.
Well,
and then you'll have a few left over, and then a whole new intake will come in, and you'll have to pound on them. And
Well, who's to say that Troy McGinty plans to stop this when he graduates?
Oh, he's going to come back to school and pound on kids when he's 30.
That's what's so beautiful about Troy McGinty's thing. Like, he knows mathematically he can never get there.
Yeah.
And yet the promise is, I will pound on every kid.
Every kid who walks through these hallowed doors
will be pounded on.
Will eventually get pounded on.
At some point by me. It may be a doddering elderly Troy McGinty who sort of...
He's getting easily overpowered by the kids he's trying to pound on.
Yeah, you imagine you go to your first day of school and then a very, very old man sort of...
With your name on his T-shirt.
With your name on his T-shirt. And the principal sort of takes you to one side and explains, that's Troy McGinty. He's kind of a fixture here. He's been doing this for the best part of 60 years. He's going to try and wail on you. Obviously, don't worry, he's not going to be able to. But if you could just play along, it's kind of a thing we do at the school. A big part of our school spirit is sort of embracing getting wailed on by Troy McGinty.
So he sort of weakly flails at you, and you're like, "Oh no, don't pound on me, Troy.
I really got McGinty'd.
I'm being pounded on right now."
Then everyone politely claps.
Yeah.
Troy McGinty smiles.
Troy smiles beatifically as he passes away. His work is finally over. Now it's time to rest.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it's nice. Yeah, no, I think this is a good conceit for bullying. Not that, I mean, to be clear, let me go on record and say I think bullying is bad and it shouldn't be done.
Controversial. So we cut to Max's classroom. Roll call is happening. Max is called, and then they call a kid called Lil Romeo.
Yeah.
He is here. The teacher goes, "Okay, Lil Romeo's in the house. I'm down with that."
I don't think we ever hear from Lil Romeo again.
No, Lil Romeo turns up in the milkshake drinking scene.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's there. But
That's that.
I don't know.
Again, if you had 64 episodes of Lil Romeo...
of Max Keeble's big show,
yeah,
you'd be like, oh, good. It feels like a sort of cameo from the TV show, which doesn't exist.
Or
everyone's like, Lil Romeo's in this one.
Yeah, oh man, they got Lil Romeo. That's good.
Lil Romeo.
Then there's a video address from Principal Jin Drake who says that there's going to be a huge presentation later that everyone must attend. And then there is some comedy business with him leaving his video broadcasting system running when he thinks he's stopped recording. And he starts sort of vamping about how great he is and about what a good broadcast it was. And everyone in the school laughs as they watch their TVs.
Yeah. We're in a different class now. It's life science. There's a Miss Dingman comes in. She's a sort of like sexy teacher.
An attractive woman.
Yeah, she
Robe
goes...
makes a pitiful moaning sound.
Yeah, Robe is in love with her, of course. She goes and gets some pheromones out of a cupboard in like a bottle. Yeah. Nature's dating service, she says. Sort of porny sax music starts playing and Bunsen burners self-ignite as she walks past them.
Colourless, odourless. It's how many species attract mates, she says. A chemical process which causes an irresistible attraction in the opposite sex. She says she wants someone to open a window. A visibly sweating Robe readily volunteers. He must always be sweating. He's wearing a big toweled...
toweling robe,
Toweling robe. The window open, Dingman places a single drop of pheromone on her hand and a bird flies to it. You see, she says, irresistible. And then the bell goes, ending class, presumably before the bird starts having sex with her hand.
And before this school gets investigated as to why their life science lessons are so unnecessarily sexual.
and wildly unscientific. Because I didn't know much about pheromones before I watched this. I feel like now I know even less. But I did sort of do a cursory check. I felt really stupid. I was like, wait, like, pheromones aren't, this isn't...
It's not real, right?
This isn't like a real thing, is it? And no, just to confirm with you, listener, pheromones are not like a single liquid that all animals are horny for.
All animals are sexually attracted to. Yes, it's
a single animal sex liquid that will bring all species flocking equally
into a horny gang of animals will just descend upon you of all species.
Yep.
Of all phylum.
This is why they have
horny centipedes crawling up out of the earth. Horny jackdaws swooping down from the sky.
Whole horny taxonomy descending. This is why they have to keep the pheromone locked away.
Yeah.
Because what if this jar of pheromone were to spill? All the Earth's animals rush towards.
We also meet Max's crush. She's a girl who looks about, I don't know, she looks about 10 years older than Max. I don't know how old Max is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But she's about 2 feet taller than him.
Yeah.
She's called Jenna. And whenever she appears, the song Baby One More Time by Britney Spears plays.
Yeah. So Max swoons and takes a big hit from a door as he watches Jenna walking around in slow motion. Mm-hmm. From the floor, he sort of stands up and introduces himself. I deliver your paper, he says. And then he spots that Jenna is holding a clarinet. You play the clarinet, he says. First chair, says Jenna proudly. I'm in band too. I play the bassoon. Max.
Yeah, he's changed his tune.
Yeah, pitifully warbles. She says, see you later. And Max says, see you bassoon. Then he cringes inwards, cursing his lack of fatitude, I guess.
But now it's time for the promised bullying by Troy McGinty to occur. So Troy McGinty walks up. He's like, hey, Max Keeble, you're the first victim of the year. It's a big honour. And Max reveals some backstory about Troy McGinty.
Max Keeble.
Troy McGinty, how are you?
First victim of the year there, buddy. It's a big honor.
You know the guy you used to hang out with when you were little, but as you got older, you went in opposite directions? Well, Troy McGinty wasn't always a bully. I remember when he came to my 4th birthday. The theme was McGoogles the Frog.
McGoogles is me name. I like a swampy bog. It's time to play a game with your favourite Highland frog.
I don't like McGoogles!
He's not real, Troy. He's just a TV character.
Is there a wee little daddy having his birthday today?
McGoogles is trying to eat me! Scaredy cat! Scaredy cat!
Troy, it's me, Mr. Keeble.
McGoogles ain't Max's daddy!
Where to begin?
Where to begin with the McGinty origin story?
Yeah, and the character of McGoogle. I mean, maybe with the fact that McGoogle is obviously Irish.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Despite wearing a kilt and sporting bagpipes.
And a tam o'shanter. Yeah. I think it's interesting, the sort of readiness that some Americans have for doing Scottish accents.
Yeah.
Because it's a fairly tricky accent to attempt.
Yeah.
And yet...
jumping in with both feet.
I've been in many situations where people are like, oh yeah, here's my Scottish accent.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it. And I'll be like, that wasn't even in Europe, let alone Scotland. But yeah, this McGoogle goes Irish. We get a full version of the McGoogle song at the end of the film, and by the end of the song, he is full on French. So
yeah, McGoogle is a student of the world. Maybe McGoogle is like one of those sports people who like travels so much. Sorry, I'm going to do an F1 thing now.
Oh, no.
But F1 drivers, like, travel the world, but it means that they all have the same weird accent that's,
right,
like, sort of from nowhere. But it's kind of sort of starts British, because a lot of them are British, but then has kind of, like, picked up quite a lot of American and various... And it's just this weird sort of Formula One driver voice that they all seem to have.
You think that's what McGoogle has?
I think McGoogle is a Formula One driver.
So what you can't see in the clip is, Max's dad comes out dressed as McGoogle at this party
in a huge,
in a very elaborate McGoogle costume.
Yeah.
And that's why he thinks he ate him, because he's sort of inside the costume.
Yes, because you can see Max's dad's face poking out from inside McGoogle's mouth. So this is Troy's tragic backstory. We're going to find out later that Troy doesn't remember this, but you know now, listener.
Yeah.
Everyone assembles later on for the school presentation that the principal threatened, but Max isn't there because he's being bullied senseless.
Yeah, he's thrown in a mud puddle, sawdust is dumped on him, he's thrown into a dumpster.
This is all accompanied, by the way, with some like fairly creative... It's like a cooking metaphor that Troy McGinty's doing. It's like, roll in breadcrumbs, put it in the oven.
Yeah. Season it,
yeah. It's truly impressive bullying. Bearing in mind, it's just for Max. Like there isn't a crowd
for an audience
of kids watching.
Max who is sort of like sobbing and pleading, so he's not really getting the full effect, I don't think.
Okay, back indoors.
Yeah, so in the auditorium, Jin Drake says that this Thursday, Superintendent Nebworth will be here to inspect the school, and so my zero tolerance policy is being upgraded to sub-zero tolerance. And then he introduces the new members of the football team. They are 3 exchange students from Eastern Europe who are all about 35 years old. They all need a place to play, he says, Jin Drake. So students, I give you your new football stadium. He removes a sheet from a model of a brand new expensive-looking football stadium.
Yeah, it's like one of those little models Mrs. Rangoon's wielded on.
Yeah.
Everyone cheers at the thought of a new football stadium, but suddenly a light pierces the darkness and silence falls. It's Max, Stinky Max, stumbling in.
Yep, he's covered in reeking garbage.
Yeah, I don't know why he's come here. I think he's like been bullied so hard he's basically sort of in shock.
Or trying to find help.
Yeah.
I assume he doesn't want to get in trouble for missing the mandatory assembly, but I think at this point...
Yeah, he's getting in more trouble by attending. Yeah.
Yeah.
You there, roars Principal Jin Drake. Prankster, what is your name? Max Keeble offers his name. I've got my eye on you. You're on my list, Jin Drake roars furiously.
Yeah. This is a bad junior high, says Megan. Robe tries to eat some old spaghetti off Max's head, which honestly turned my stomach so much I had to sort of pause for a second. It's so gross.
It's so gross. There's also a continuity thing where he picks a strand of spaghetti off of Max, and Megan goes, "Ew, Robe," in honest disgust.
Yeah.
And then when we cut back, he's holding like a whole fistful of spaghetti. Like,
I mean, I didn't even notice. I'd averted my gaze at this point.
Yeah, good.
But Max goes and washes off in some sprinklers instead of like going home or telling anyone or calling the police. And he gets blow dried by the janitor who has a leaf blower.
Yeah.
So he's taking it in stride.
We cut to the cafeteria, where the dork from before is being once more told by the school paper kids about another bully.
He calls his victims investors?
He's got all the latest technology, and he's looking to make a killing in the stock market.
You know what fella's good for the moolah?
This guy, Dobbs, was once a stock market whiz kid. By age 10, he was a millionaire.
12:15, meeting with Keeble.
By age 12, he'd lost it all. Now he's obsessed with getting it back, one kid at a time.
Keeble! Contracting the assembly. Looks like you can use some help with managing your portfolio.
Hey, it's my lunch money.
And you have it all in cash. Kid, let me hold this for a while and I'll set you up with a nice mutual fund.
What's going on here?
He's taking Max's lunch money.
Is this true, Mr. Dobbs?
No, I'm just spreading some investment wisdom. Speaking of which, how did biomorph systems work out for you?
Best money I ever spent. By the way, what do you think of Handspring?
Handspring? It's moving today. I'd say bye.
Just the first example of product placement from the Palm Pilot company Handspring in this film.
Well, Andy, you've made a fairly serious error there.
Oh, sorry.
Handspring Incorporated was in fact founded by the founders of Palm after they became dissatisfied with the company's direction under the new owner, 3Com.
I couldn't be more wrong.
They developed the Palm OS-based Visor and Trio-branded personal digital assistants. So they took Palm OS, the software, but went in a very different direction hardware-wise. So it's an understandable mistake to make, but one that requires correction, I'm afraid.
But I hear that their stock is booming and we should all buy it.
Yeah, we should all buy it. This bully is while all this happens, he's sort of tapping away on a little handheld, which is a Handspring Visor Prism handset.
Well, it's the best and fastest.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot more Handspring chat.
Yeah, and sort of comparison of the latest Visor models. Who are their audience do they think are going to go out and spend $300 on a Palm Pilot? These like 10-year-old kids watching Max Keeble's big move.
Well, maybe because this one got a theatrical release, they were like, kids can't go see this by themselves. We can advertise.
Their daddies will want to buy them.
Yeah. We'll want the latest. We'll want the latest Palm Pilots. Or not Palm Pilots, in fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Prism. The Prism was the first one in colour, so Dobbs has a pretty cutting-edge piece of kit.
Yes, expensive tastes.
16-bit LCD. It's got a 33 megahertz Motorola Dragon Ball processor.
You're joking.
I'm not joking. That's true.
Oh my God. Wow. So we cut to band practice. Megan is surprised to see Max here. He thinks the band is cool now. Baby One More Time plays as Jenna comes in. She says, "Hey, Megan, you're in my seat," like it's a bullying move. But then it turns out it literally is her seat because she's first chair clarinet.
Yeah, but she still quite
Megan
unkindly kicks Megan out. Yeah. I'm trying to get a read on whether Jenna is evil here at this point in the film, and she is.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's hard to say because she is literally sat in her chair that says Jenna on it.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to say.
It's reasonable to say, please get out of my Jenna chair.
We meet the music teacher. I don't think he's named.
He's Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell.
Ah, right, well, there you go. He says it's a bit cramped in here thanks to some storage hoisted upon us by someone with no appreciation of what we do here. And we see that the room is in fact filled with football supplies. So this music teacher has no love for Principal Gindrake.
But enough of the school. We cut to an animal shelter where Max is going...
Whoa. Andy, did you not spot on the blackboard there is a URL?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't.
Okay.
There's a URL?
Yes.
What's the URL?
When on the music teacher, he's talking, and if you look at the blackboard behind him, there is a URL. It is x09designs.com.
Oh.
Now, x09designs.com, if you care to type it in, is not a functioning website, but if you go on Internet Archive, you can find that it did used to be a functioning website back in 2001. It is, as far as I can tell, because in that sort of internet Wayback Machine way, you can only get like snatches of it. You can get like a page here, a page there, but you can't like browse the whole site. And it appears to be a website for a graphic design company set up by two, I think, teenagers.
Right.
And I did find like a news page on this site. It's got an entry from the middle of 2001. Aaron, our graphics designer, needs a summer job related to graphics in the Los Angeles area. If you know of a place or know someone, it would be greatly appreciated. And there's an email address. So I don't know how long this film took to edit or make, but I'm pretty sure that Aaron from
Exo9 Design got a job on Max Keeble's
Keeble and put his graphic design company website on the blackboard.
And no one did anything about it.
I think it's entirely possible that we are the only people in history who've ever
noticed that.
Who've ever noticed that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah.
If anyone knows Aaron, who used to work at Exo9 Design,
yeah,
I'd love to know what he's doing now and how that happened.
Aaron would be, I guess, about like, I don't know, 45 or something now, probably, or yeah,
probably.
But like, Aaron, you legend.
Aaron, get in touch.
You legend.
I
think it's awesome to get a graphics job and to write your early noughties graphic design company. And also, this website is generous. They've got free wallpapers you can download and stuff.
Hey,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, think of the other stuff he could have done, like the other URLs he could have written on that blackboard. I think Disney got off pretty easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Free advertising for this design agency.
Exo9designs.com.
That's great.
Okay.
Anyway,
next.
So as I was saying, Max leaves school to go to an animal shelter because he has to visit an ape. Ginger Ape observes this from his car and crashes it.
We meet the chimp.
Yeah.
This is Tad, Max tells us in voiceover. I helped nurse him when he was a baby chimp.
What?
And we've been buds ever since.
What
again?
What do you mean?
Was this definitely not a show? Because it would really make sense for there to be like an episode where Max has to look after a baby chimp.
Has to look after an ape.
And then in the movie you bring back Tad.
Well, you'll remember that Alex D. Linz, who plays Max Keeble, was also in the Jenny Project.
Oh my gosh, of course.
He played Andy Archibald.
Yes. Okay, so there's the connection. So maybe Tad is Jenny, but the family got tired of Jenny.
Or maybe this ape bonded with him on the set of the Jenny Project and followed him to the set of Max Keeble, and they had to sort of write it in that there's an ape around.
He got some pheromone on him, and now it won't leave him alone. Yeah. Let's try and describe the animal shelter.
Okay.
It's like a sort of little paradise petting zoo.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of tightly themed. There are horses, emus, and llamas sort of walk free in this little enclosure.
It's bizarre because this is one block from a high school.
Yeah.
And yet it's an animal shelter that has horses, giraffes, and apes, like that close to a school.
I mean, what I will say is that Tad's cage doesn't look very big.
No.
It's about the size of a filing cabinet.
Yes, Tad lives in a sort of chicken wire filing cabinet.
Yeah, so that's probably how they managed to get around this sort of space-wise.
Yeah, we meet Marley, who works here. We see Max feeding a goat, and Marley tells him that the shelter is closing down. Some creep bought the property and cancelled their lease. The animals only got till the end of the week to find homes for them. It's real messed up.
Real messed up.
So Max is mad about this. He says, what can be done? Maybe my parents will have an idea for what to do. And so he runs home. But it turns out his parents have an idea about something else.
Yeah, that's right.
We're moving?
Yeah. Foge wants me to head up a new division.
I can't believe this. When?
Friday.
So Mom is in tears at this. The move is to Chicago, we learn. Max just can't believe this. This was going to be my year, he says. I know it's hard on you, says Dad. It's hard on all of us, says Mum pointedly. In that decom way that sometimes a mum will be forced to make an enormous life change at the sort of capricious whims of her terrible husband. And all she can do is sort of sadly watch on.
At least in this scene, he's dressed as a man, not as a sort of like sentient jug of Kool-Aid or.
Well, you think he's dressed as a man,
sexual
but
lobster.
He's probably dressed as like new character Admiral Man or something.
Admiral Man.
Admiral Dad. Dadmiral.
Yeah. New character Dadmiral.
For our big pitch with Admiral Insurance, we would like to pitch new character Dadmiral. He's a dad who loves insurance.
He's the world's most insured dad.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, go on, hit him. You'll see he's insured.
Do anything to him, and you'll see he's insured for it. He's got foot stamping insurance.
Oh, he actually wasn't insured for that.
He wasn't insured against stabbing. So Dad's moving everyone, and Max is upset about it.
Yeah.
But Dad is like, oh, Foge is my boss. He's counting on me. Oh, I'm a coward. I'm a weakling and a coward. And Max is like,
I don't know if this is within Foge's remit to make his employees move to Chicago.
Well, I mean, if he's going to head up a new division, it sounds like a promotion.
But knowing Foge will be a trick of some kind. He'll be like, is your division kicks into sewer?
Yeah. He's like, you've got to put on this division costume.
Yeah. Tom Clancy's the division costume.
So we cut to a junkyard, which is the junkyard owned by Robe's father. Max has told his friends about the move, and they're distraught. Robe is like, you'll get carjacked and killed in Chicago.
Yeah.
And Megan says you should hire a lawyer and legally emancipate yourself.
Yeah. They're kind of being sweet. They're all friends. Face it, says Max. I've been foged.
Yeah.
We cut back to his paper route. He gets pursued by Ice Cream Guy. Now, I kind of thought that Ice Cream Guy, because we saw him in a dream sequence, probably in real life isn't trying to kill Max with his ice cream truck.
But it turns out that he is.
Turns out he is.
Yeah, you're probably wondering why, right? Says Max. And I'm like, I'm not wondering why. You told us in the opening sequence of the film.
Yeah.
But then Max goes on to explain that he found a cockroach in his ice cream. And I'm like, yes, we know.
I remember.
You told us at the start of the film.
My mum called the health department, says Max, and, quote, he got nailed, and he's been trying to nail me ever since.
Not nailed enough that he had to stop selling ice cream, I noticed.
Yeah, in what meaningful way? Yeah. He got nailed by the health department. Anyway, cut to, he's continuing to do what he was doing before, but this time he also tries to run over one boy in particular.
Anyway, there's a sort of chase, and the cops pull over the ice cream man and issue him a $280 fine for trying to kill Max Keeble.
We cut to school. Max's social stock is quite low. It's Reeky Stinko, the garbage kid, shouts one boy.
He's acquired the nickname Reeky Stinko, the garbage kid.
Reeky Stinko is really good.
It's really good.
It sounds so plausibly like a Star Wars character.
Yeah. Oh, popular character, Reeky Stinko.
And in Star Wars, it wouldn't even be like a sort of silly, stinky character. It would be like a main character. It would be like one of the main Jedis.
Go and speak with Master Stinko.
Master Stinko, yeah.
He'll reveal to you the ways of the Force. Oh, my God. Megan has made flyers to save the animal shelter. Maybe Max and her could put them up around school. Why bother? It won't make a difference, says Max.
It's worth noting Megan says this kind of like she hopes it'll be a date. So it's clear that Megan has a bit of a crush on Max. Later on, Principal Jindrake spots one of these flyers. It says, save the shelter, students of Curtis unite. And it has a big half-opacity image of Tad the chimp, or I suppose any other chimp. Mrs. Rangoon, what's this, says Jindrake. He tears it down and leaves furious. Later, we find him in the hallway.
Yeah, he confronts Max and he says, what's the meaning of this? You want to save the filthy beasts? Perhaps you want to give them my car. Give my car to the smelly goat? I don't care what you want me to do, Max Keeble. The smelly goat will never get my car. It's sort of like just an insane meltdown.
I think this is good, though. This is one of my favourites. This is one of my favourite bits of dialogue.
Yeah.
What do you want, Max? Perhaps you want me to give the animals my car. What?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Max? Well, guess what?
That's your dream, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the smelly goat in my car.
Driving around, me kissing the smelly goat. Well, guess again.
Max.
The Principal Jindrake is played by Larry Miller, who is a reliable comedic character actor. He's always good in everything.
Yeah. Anyway, Max is like, these animals have nowhere to go because some creep is closing down the shelter. I'm closing down the shelter, silly boy. Jindrake roars. Where did you think I was going to build the stadium? Your house. Your house. Ha ha. That's rich. There wouldn't be room.
Again, this character is good.
Yeah, I like the character of Jin Drake. It feels like Jin Drake has been developed for about 64 episodes.
Yeah, it feels like maybe there was an episode where he did something with a smelly goat and hates them now.
Yes.
But no, it's fine. So we cut to McGinty's shirt being opened again. Today, written on it...
He's doing the reveal.
Freak with Robe.
Freak with Robe. Now, if I had to write a new name every night, I would probably just write Robe.
Yeah. I don't want to use up my fabric pens.
Yeah,
you know.
Cut down the character count. Freak with Robe. Oh my
man,
god!
Could we make a merch shirt that's like this, but it says Commode and Mayo on it?
I mean,
what are the legalities of that?
I can think of 1,000 reasons why not. But,
okay.
Well, I mean, apart from anything, I have to think that Kermode and Mayo is probably a trademark, and it's also their names. So I don't know if you can just sort of say it. But then on the other hand, they are just sort of sounds, aren't they? All names are just kind of sounds, aren't they?
All names are just, you can't copyright a sound.
Coca-Cola's just a sound. Man. You can't copyright a sound.
You can't copyright a sound. Like music's just a sound.
Music's just a sound. You can't copyright that. Well, maybe if we spelled it differently, like Kermode with a C.
Yeah.
And like Mayo with like an E-U-X.
M-A-I-L-L-O-T.
Oh, yeah. Kermode and Mayo.
We're getting too far away from the vision. I'm out.
Okay. I mean, the other problem, probably the larger problem, is that the implication of the T-shirt is that you're going to, like, punch Kermode and Mayo.
Yeah, I thought that was clear.
Two sort of elder statesmen of the British broadcasting scene.
Being roughly punched by me. But anyway, Robe is being bullied. He's been placed in a glass case by McGinty. Yes. Max lets him out, but claustrophobia causes Robe to vomit everywhere. What a waste of a perfectly good chili omelette, he says.
Oh.
Just the worst.
Jeez.
This character is so repulsive, I've written in my notes.
We cut to Max. Max is snatched by a hand from off camera. Mm-hmm. It's McGinty. And we cut to the bathroom for a business-themed bullying from Dobbs. This is pretty good. He's got his handspring visor prism and he's sort of standing near a boy who's trying to urinate at the urinal.
Yeah, and he's laying out the prices that it costs to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I have his price list here. Number 1, $3.
Okay.
Number 2, $5. Number 3, brackets question mark, $8.
Okay. I don't know. Okay.
$9 and spit $6.50. We have to talk about this pricing structure.
Spit?
Yeah.
Why is that more expensive? Why does that cost more?
Why is that more expensive than number 2?
Yeah.
Also,
okay.
Also, what's number 3?
I don't know what number 3 is, but I can tell you it should cost more. I can't tell you what it is. I can tell you that Dobbs is undercharging. What was it? $6.50?
It was $8 for number 3.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. To be fair, then, that is like significantly more than a number 2.
You could get a number 2 and a number 1 for the price of a number 3.
Well, that just tells you a number 3 is more than the sum of its parts.
Okay.
That's a pretty good visual gag, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not bad. I think it invites too much scrutiny.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the good people at Handspring signed off on having these toilet rates for how much it costs for children to use a toilet up on their Handspring visor prism.
Displayed on their visor prism, yeah.
But anyway, that's what Dobbs is doing, basically. His new money-making thing is he just charges children to use the toilet. So Max and McGinty enter. How much for a swirly? Troy McGinty asks Dobbs. Take stall number 4, says Dobbs, in a very friendly way, because, again, it is a sort of customer-focused business, this, isn't it?
Yeah, fraternity of bullies. No charge.
Yeah.
Thanks, man, says McGinty. Yeah, I thought that McGinty's whole thing was one bullying a day, but he's doing Max Keeble and Robe in the same day.
So he's bullying Max because Max freed Robe from the Perspex cage, thereby impeding the bullying. But it doesn't really matter because the scene just sort of ends.
He gets a swirly.
He gets a swirly, yeah. We cut to geography class.
We see Max get to geography class late and wet. There are rules against both. He gets a 2,000-word punishment essay. But the teacher explains it's due on Friday, and Max has a realization.
Yes.
Wait, Friday was the day I was moving. This teacher was mean. She let Dobbs steal my money. She wanted to punish me when it wasn't my fault. But if I wasn't going to be here, what could she really do to me, right? It was time to take a stand.
How come I can't do the essay right now?
Now, class. Kind of good. A civilized society does need a set of rules. Otherwise, people could do this. Oops.
Did I say 2,000 words? Make that 4,000.
Or this.
Make that 8,000 words and take your seat now.
8,000 words? That's kid stuff. How about 12,000 words? Do I hear 12,000 words, ladies and gentlemen? Sold! 12,000 words.
Get off my desk.
Kide?
Oh, you're in serious trouble, Mr. Keeble.
Max has realised that consequences no longer apply to him. He can do whatever he wants. He pops and locks out of the classroom. He says hello to some girls and then spins around on the spot with big Chaz Anthony energy.
Yeah, the fatitude is off the charts.
He kisses Ms. Dingman's hand, the sort of sexual life sciences teacher, and he says, if you're ever in the Windy City, look me up.
She watches him go with a look that says, I'm attracted to and mystified by this boy.
By this 10-year-old boy. Everyone who's ever wronged him is in for a surprise. We see him drawing a diagram of the ice cream truck. He's on Mr. McGoogle's website, which has a burn CD option on it for some reason.
Let's just talk a little bit about the McGoogle's website. Your favourite Highland frog. One nice thing about the McGoogle's website is that there's a celebrities section, and the only thing you can click is Mr. McGoogle.
The only celebrity we acknowledge. What I like about it is to click on any of the things on the site, you have to, it's like a sort of JavaScript flash site, and you have to drag Mr. McGoogle's tongue over to whatever you want to click on.
Yeah, that is good. There's also a section on religions.
Religions based around Mr. McGoogle's, or the religions that Mr. McGoogle's follows?
The religions that Mr. McGoogle's likes and those he doesn't.
Mr. McGoogle's is strongly against the following religions. Drag your tongue over it to learn more.
So, what else? We also see Max with a lizard on his shoulder reading a How Things Work book, and we get the voiceover line about how pheromones are nature's dating service under this, so that we know that he's reading about pheromones. After all, says Max, I had to do something about the bullies. All I needed was a little help.
Yeah.
So we cut back to the junkyard, and he puts the plan to Megan and Robe. The plan essentially is, what if we savagely own all of our enemies?
He says that he'll be the one that they come after, but he won't be here, and those two will have plausible deniability, so they won't get any repercussions. So they agree to it. So we cut to the plan enacting.
Yes. They stroll into school with sort of Pulp Fiction style kind of music playing. Yeah. The first victim of this revenge rampage is going to be the ice cream truck guy.
He sure is evil.
And Dobbs the bully. He sure is evil. Tony Hawk told me. So they're lurking behind the bushes by the ice cream truck. And here comes Bully Dobbs. Margin call, he says, pouncing on some children to get their money. He starts bullying a boy who is Kyle Sullivan, a.k.a. Dabney from Malcolm in the Middle, one of the Krell boys.
With the distraction of the ice cream man arguing with Dobbs about this business-adjacent bullying, Megan grabs his briefcase. She's underneath the ice cream truck, and she removes his Palm Pilot.
His handspring visor prism.
Sorry, yes. On the other side of the truck, Max pulls a sort of spiral out of the machinery of the ice cream truck, and sort of freezing Freon gas starts spraying in every direction.
Yeah, breaking the refrigeration.
Yeah.
We cut to McGinty opening his locker. When he opens it, a song plays. McGoogles is my name. I like a swampy bog. It's the McGoogles theme.
Time to come and play with your favourite Highland frog.
Andy, that was substantially too Scottish.
Play with your favourite Highland food.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah.
There you go.
He slams the locker and the sound stops playing. He opens it. The music plays. He's terrified. He puts his head in the locker. He's trying to figure out what the hell's happening. And the camera pans to reveal Robe and Max with hand signals playing the song through a speaker pressed up against the wall on the other side of McGinty's locker. Pretty clever.
Yeah, pretty clever. We get a video announcement from Principal Gindrake. He reminds the school that today is Nebworth's visit. He then doesn't turn off the camera, sticks 2 pencils up his nose, and goes, I'm a walrus, hey.
But why?
What could it mean?
In Dingman's class, Dingman is the sexual life sciences teacher, remember?
Yeah.
Everyone leaves except Robe, who drops a flask on the floor on purpose. And as she helps him with the pieces, Max stealths in and steals as many pheromones as he can carry.
Runs out with an armful of pheromones.
Full of pheromones from the pheromone closet. We cut to Dobbs. Let's check my grosses today. He says he's in the library and he opens his briefcase, but his visor prism, why, it's gone. Where's my handheld, he says. It's weird that he doesn't say the name of it, I think.
Where's my visor prism? This is $300, he says. The kids' ice creams are all melting at the truck.
Yeah.
The evil ice cream man is like, it's ice cream soup. It's people pay more for that, you know. And a kid calls him a, quote, fart knocker.
Yeah.
And then throws her fudgicle at him.
Yeah, so his business is collapsing.
Yeah.
The three friends watch this from a grassy knoll. They speculate on Max's future in Chicago. Maybe you'll make friends like us in every way. Like clones, says Robe. Maybe I will, says Max.
Yes, tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the House of Robe, there will be a going away party.
Yeah. What's going on? It's melting, the ice cream man yells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious what's happening. He's like he can't figure out why his business is failing. He can't figure out why all of his ice cream is melting. And it's like, well,
he doesn't sort of understand temperatures and things like that.
You're in the truck. You must understand that it's not refrigerated as usual.
Well, he's spending too much time on evil and not enough time learning about refrigeration. At home, Max is on the internet looking up how to pick a lock with a paperclip. Don't worry, he will never do that in this film. His dad comes in and asks if he's ready for Max Keeble's big move.
He hastily minimises the webpage. Dad sits down to apologise for the suddenness of all this. What if I didn't take the job, he says. What then?
A home, the food we eat, the clothes you wear, that takes a lot of money.
I just can't see why we can't stay.
Well, sometimes in life, you got to do things that you don't want to do because other people who have power over you tell you to do them.
No, Dad. I mean, if you rise up and show that you're not afraid, those people will no longer have control over your life.
What have you done with Max? Who are you? Really? Good night, kiddo.
This is the worst talk. And we've had some bad Disney dad, like decom, sort of sit on the side of the bed talks.
Yeah.
But this is a particularly bad one.
His cringing, cowardly father.
Yeah, the dad is like, whoa, stand up for myself. Who are you and what have you done with my craven son?
What have you done with the son I taught to be a coward? To be a coward and act in every way like a coward, like me.
Believe in myself. Where's the real Max, am I right?
No way, man. Yeah, so this dad is a cringing coward, but Max is maybe got through to him. Yeah. So under the cover of darkness, the trio approach the school. Robe has a camouflage robe on, which is quite a nice visual gag.
Yeah.
They infiltrate via the vents. So we get an outside shot of Robe's legs sticking out of a vent. He is flailing and farting loudly.
He's nearly spotted by the janitor, who's called Anthony.
Yeah, but then he isn't.
They get to Jin Drake's office. You get the computer, says Max. I'll get the breath spray. Max gets the breath spray and adds several drops of animal pheromones to it.
Animal sex pheromones are in his breath spray now.
Meanwhile, Megan gets onto Jin Drake's PC and fires up the budget app. There is a damning pie chart that shows 97% of the school's money is going to the stadium, and the remaining 3% is split equally among teacher salaries, textbooks, and breath spray. So I don't know if that means that the teacher salaries are very low or that the amount of money spent on breath spray is very, very high.
Very high. Some kind of extremely expensive, high-quality breath spray.
Even if you met in the middle, even if you spent a very, very low teacher's salary on breath spray, I think that's still probably more breath spray than you need.
Too much breath spray, yeah. We can't let him get away with that, says Max. Now his breath will be pheromone fresh.
Suddenly, Anthony's flashlight pans across the room and they're forced to flee, but not before Max vows to make some artistic changes to the principal's video backdrop that he uses for his video presentations. We don't see it, though. We just know that he's done something.
We get a brief scene where Max's mum explains that she doesn't want to move, and Max goes into the garage where he finds Dad's old Mr. McGoogle's costume that he apparently didn't rent. That he owns,
purchased,
and it's
or made.
Yeah, it's still there, dust free in the garage. So presumably it gets
regular use.
It gets worn regularly. We won't dig too deeply into that.
To pry. What I will say is that it better be used regularly because it would be insane to keep it otherwise. It takes up about 6 square feet in the house. It's so big.
Yeah. Well, this was sort of before the furry subculture really sort of took off.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I have a strong suggestion that Dad has a persona and it is Mr. McGoogles.
Yes. And possibly the lobster as well.
Well, it depends on his mood.
Yeah.
Admiral Lobster's coming to town. So at school, a crowd has gathered to watch Max open his jacket. Troy McGinty, it says on his T-shirt. In the gym, Troy is practicing his bullying when the lights suddenly go out.
Yeah.
And who should walk through the door but Mr. McGoogles?
With the song. No, not you. You're not even real. Troy gasps. He's terrified.
Get away from me. Get away from me. Ah, he says. It's not sort of revealed what they do to him, but they must do something, right? You can't just advance on someone, back them into a wall, and then, I mean, what do you do?
Well, because Troy McGinty has such a powerful phobia of Mr. McGoogles. McGoogle?
Yeah.
McGoogles?
McGoogles, I think.
McGoogles. Mr. McGoogles.
McGoogles is my name. I like a swampy bog. Yeah.
McGoogles, yeah. Mr. McGoogles. So, yeah, it cuts to black, but the subtitle says terrified screaming. So I guess because he's so scared, they probably just sort of like, I don't know, wave Mr. McGoogles' hands in front
advance
on him, and that's enough. I don't know. We don't know. We don't see, because we cut to the hallway where Jindrake is having the janitor put out loads of red, white and blue streamers in preparation for the superintendent's visit. There's a picture of the superintendent up on the wall. Crazy Legs Nebworth.
Yeah.
What a champion he was, says Principal Jindrake. So it's a picture of Superintendent Nebworth from his glory days of football.
Outside the school, the football team and a brass band await Nebworth's arrival. In anticipation, Principal Jindrake fires a couple of pumps of breath spray into his mouth. At the animal shelter, suddenly we see that every animal is suddenly horny for Jindrake's mouth.
Like, honestly, he goes like... Tss, tss, and then we smash cut to a shot of the shelter of like all the animals suddenly like pricking up their ears, like
suddenly their heads like snap 90 degrees to the right, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah,
like zebras and giraffes and apes.
Yeah,
they
all just sort of like snap into awareness. Then we see Superintendent Nebworth arrive. He gets like a big fanfare arrival, and he's like, ugh. This guy.
Yeah.
We get a bit of added in post VO, I think, explaining that Jindrake wants the superintendent's job, which...
This is so unnecessary. Yeah, Max comes in and he's like, the reason Jindrake has the football program is to impress Nebworth because he wants his job. Yeah, we know, VO. You've explained this to us.
Almost all VO, it was added in post because the film was unclear.
But the film wasn't unclear. It's fine. So, Jindrake says the following sentence to Nebworth. Crazy legs, you look fit. Slip me that biscuit. Ooh, that's a hot one.
What could it mean?
What could it mean? They walk and talk. Jindrake talks of Nebworth's retirement. He shows him commemorative memorabilia from his football career. Remember this, he says? It's your championship jockstrap. We washed it, he says, and then takes a huge huff. Wash it again, he shrieks.
I've written lol. It was funny. He presents Nebworth with the miniature for the stadium. How can you afford all this, says Superintendent Nebworth. Oh, the usual, says Jindrake. Bake sales, car wash, and cutting back on non-essentials like fire extinguishers and milk. Meanwhile, we see the basketball team coming into practice in the gymnasium, and they find bully Troy McGinty shuddering in catatonic fear under a bench. He's going to eat me, he stammers, scared of McGoogles, and a photo is taken for the school paper of a scared boy.
A scared boy, yeah, that... Front page. In the library, Jindrake takes another couple of pumps of breath spray. We see a sexual ape escape from its cage in the animal shelter, and then a sexual squirrel runs in through a window and jumps onto Jindrake.
It's so funny. He does the spray, and like the first thing is that in the background of the shot you hear like an animal howling. And we see Tad. So Tad is in his cage.
Yeah.
But when the spray goes off for the second time, Tad breaks free.
Such is his lust for Jindrake's mouth.
Lust no longer containable. He runs out of the sanctuary.
And then the squirrel comes in. It sort of jumps into Jindrake's suit. He starts sort of jerking and dancing around as the squirrel harvests his nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets in his clothes and starts sort of running around his chest and groin. Now, we can play you a clip of this, listener, but I think the sounds are too rude.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. So I hope you're not listening to this on speaker on a train or something.
Oh my God. Okay, if you are listening to this on speaker on a train or in any way public or in any way that you're worried that someone might walk in and get some audio out of context, I'm going to tell you, stop doing that before the next clip we play.
Stop doing that generally, but also before the next clip.
Yeah.
Didn't I order new computer workstations this year, says Nebworth, and then the squirrel, finished, escapes out of a window, and a sort of gasping Gindrake says, we're having them upgraded. And that's that scene.
Cut 2. Max sneaks into the supply closet and gets a leaf blower. We also see him purloin a gigantic horn from the music room, a euphonium or tuba or something.
Euphonium's what I've got, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, I find it really hard and uninteresting to identify brass instruments.
The massive ones, they're all the same,
There's
basically.
just a load of masses, they're all the same. Sorry, brass.
So at the ice cream truck, Robe comes up and hands the stockbroker bully Dobbs Palm Pilot to the evil ice cream man. On it is the message, if you want the ice back in your ice cream, meet me at the junkyard at 3 p.m.
Smiley face.
Again, this is an ice cream man who doesn't understand refrigeration and stuff, but I feel like this is probably a fairly common part he could have ordered.
Yeah.
Just from the ice cream supply company.
Yeah.
That he presumably knows who they are and when he does maintenance on his truck.
Yeah, he must have bought the truck from them.
Yeah, he probably has a spare of this in case it goes wrong because it's such an essential part of the ice cream truck.
Well, but we are talking about a sort of man with cockroach-infested ice cream who spends most of his time trying to run over one boy in particular.
True, and badly injured, beloved skateboarding legend Tony Hawk.
Yeah, that's true. He's paying Tony Hawk's medical bills. He can't afford new coils for refrigeration.
That's true. So at lunch, Max has an insane plate of food.
Yeah, a gigantic heaping stacked tray of sloppy food.
He's got a huge pile of spaghetti, a massive plate of fries, 2 hot dogs, 2 hamburgers, some kind of Mediterranean flatbread, and a big dollop of chocolate pudding.
But it's going to make sense. He asks if everything is set, and Megan says, I guess, but I still don't see how this will save the animal shelter. This is sort of seeding the fact that Megan is a little less into this sort of revenge
plan,
prank spree.
It's a roaring rampage of revenge that they're on.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan, deflects Max. She says, I'd rather spend our last day hanging out than doing all this spy stuff. But then Robe runs in. They're coming, he says. This is the signal. Max flicks a big spoon of mash at a boy, and then he points, blaming another kid, and before long, a full-on food fight is underway.
Yeah.
It is soundtracked to Aim For Me by Sugar Ray.
It's a good food fight.
It's a very good food fight. Very good.
It looks awesome and gross and fun. It's the sort of thing that if I were 11 years old, I'd be like, damn, I wish I were in a food fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that at school tomorrow, and then I'd go into school and I'd throw a roll at someone and I'd get detention.
Yeah. Or I'd throw a roll at someone, they would throw a chip at me, and then I'd be like, ew, chip on me.
Oh no, the chip touched me.
Oh no, it's all got grease on my trousers. Yeah. Ew.
Or I'd throw a roll at someone and they'd come up and punch me hard in my BCG.
Oh my God. How did I forget getting punched in your BCG?
That's probably not a universal experience.
Your BCG is an injection you had, but it was a weird injection. It wasn't just like one point. It was like a circle.
It was a vaccination that we all had to have.
Yeah.
But then everyone was like, nice, you've got a tender arm. We'll punch you in your BCG. It was a weak point. Yeah. It was like a sort of a glowing boss weak point for all children.
For all children. Yeah. It was like you'd been sort of got with a component cable.
Yeah.
For an old console. It was like a big circle.
But yeah, that's basically what would have happened to me if I tried to start a food fight at my school.
Also,
I got a packed lunch from home, so I would have thrown like a bag of Walker's crisps at someone.
A cheese string.
Yeah.
Have this mini pepperoni.
This food fight kicks ass. It goes on for ages.
Yeah.
The foreign exchange students, who are all 35, are joining in. Outside, Gindrake and Nebworth approach the cafeteria. This school blows, says Max. So he's created like a Dead Rising combo weapon from the euphonium and the leaf blower.
Yes.
And then he sort of pours a canister of mustard into it, and it becomes a mustard Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's
mustard! It's mustard! Shouts Robe.
It's worth noting that Robe is wearing this weapon. So I don't know what kind of plausible deniability Robe expects here. Bearing in mind he's wearing a mustard cannon, shouting, it's mustard, and firing mustard into the crowd. So the superintendent walks in to observe the carnage, which includes a big black and white photo of Nebworth in his glory days, humiliatingly covered in mustard.
Yep.
The principal shouts, cease! And immediately all the children freeze.
Yeah.
I assure you, says Gindrake, this is without precedent.
Nebworth makes a note in his book. Who started this, says Nebworth. If the culprit does not step forward this instant, they will receive swift retribution, says Gindrake. And then suddenly a sexual ape runs in and starts assaulting him and everyone loves it.
Okay. Now, I've thought long and hard about what to do with this bit of
About what to do. About what to do.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Obviously, Andy and I have been having a lot of fun with the idea of a load of animals having sex with the principal's mouth, because the film makes very clear that the pheromone spray makes animals horny, and he keeps spraying it into his mouth.
Into his open mouth.
Yeah. Now, look, real talk.
Look.
Of course, you do not see animals having sex with the principal's mouth in this Disney Channel original movie. But what I will say is that if you did want to create the soundscape of that happening, I don't know how you could have done a better job than this film. So we'll play you a clip, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play you a clip, and then afterwards we'll tell you what's actually happening to sort of to try and we'll pierce the clouds.
You imagine what is happening based on the sounds, and then we'll come back and we'll compare notes.
Okay. So what's happening is the principal is face down on the floor, sort of pinned by Tad the chimp, who is leaping up and down on the small of his back, going, making sort of chimp noises. It means that the principal is kind of grunting rhythmically. His mouth is full because his head is squelching rhythmically into
slapping into a pile of wet pudding.
Slapping into a big wet pile of mashed potato and pudding. Anyway, I feel like this film has been made to trip up podcasters 20 years later.
In the future, yeah.
Oh,
we're on to you.
Play an isolated only audio clip from our film, will you? Well, get this.
Yep.
Now you're going to jail.
This is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this place is nuts, says Superintendent Nebworth.
Yeah, he leaves. Gindrake's defeat is total. Luke, I was looking forward to having a delicious meal, but then you-know-who, Max Keeble and all of his cohorts started a giant food fight.
Oh,
and my delicious, nutritious lunch was flung across the hall. And it splattered into Jeremy Mackenzie.
Jeremy Mackenzie? Oh no, he's not supposed to get food on him, is he?
Supposed to get mash in his ears.
The doctor told him.
So what am I supposed to do now? I had a delicious, nutritious meal that was ready to go, but now it's all up Jeremy Mackenzie.
I guess you should just go home and starve to death, because you didn't sign up to Factor like I told you to, did you? So you won't have a delicious Factor meal.
Oh, Luke, you couldn't be more wrong.
Really?
You could not be more wrong, Luke. I signed up to Factor, which means that Jeremy Mackenzie's mash-clogged sinuses isn't a problem for me. Fantastic. Because I can just go home and sort myself out with Factor, because Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle, and that includes food fighters.
Oh, amazing. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit with your goals. Gourmet goals. That's what it's all about. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more.
That's right. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. So, get started at factormeals.com/momcan'tcook50 off and use code momcan'tcook50off, all one word, to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
That's code momcan'tcook50 off at factormeals.com/momcan'tcook50 off for 50% off plus free shipping.
Man, I kind of want to throw this Factor meal at Jeremy Mackenzie now, but it just looks too good.
Yeah, sorry, Jeremy. You'll just have to. Oh, he's been hospitalised with mash sinuses. I don't think he's going to make it.
Luke, I talk a big game about how I'm filling Jeremy Mackenzie's sinuses with mash, but the truth is some mash got in my own sinuses, and now I need medical attention, and I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of ZocDoc?
ZocDoc? No, this is unfamiliar to me. What is it?
You've never heard of ZocDoc? Wow, you really must have sinuses full of mash, because only an idiot with sinuses full of mash hasn't heard of ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. It's for people in the US, which includes you, Andy, right now.
That's right. I'm at Max Keeble's high school, wherever that may be. Utah, probably. They generally tend to be.
It's normally Utah.
So you're telling me I could book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, MASH, sinus specialists, and more?
That's right. You can filter for doctors, Andy, who take your insurance, are located nearby. You can find ones that are a good fit for any medical need you may have, including a brain that's been compacted with MASH, and find doctors who are highly rated by verified patients.
Oh, and it says here that appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking.
Yeah.
I can even score same-day appointments?
Yeah, which is great because the first 24 hours are crucial in a MASH on the brain situation. The clock is very much ticking for Andy. So why not make sure that if you ever get your brain full of MASH, the clock is not ticking so perilously for you? Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/MCC to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/MCC. ZocDoc.com/MCC.
Hey Andy, I've just been browsing on the McGoogle's website. There's a
McGoogle's?
The McGoogle.
Do you mean Google?
No. Sorry, I thought that was it. McGoogles.com. I thought it was the most popular search engine in the world. The one with the frog.
No, you didn't type McGoogle.com, did you, Luke?
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm on the McGoogles.
Yeah.
Doing my McGoogles search. I'm just typing in things here. That it's that McGoogles is asking for credit card information, personal info like that. I don't see the problem.
I'm afraid the beloved children's character, Mr. McGoogles, did turn to cybercrime a few years ago, and his site is now an elaborate phishing spot. So McGoogles, the Highland Frog, does have all of your information. Luke, if only you had used a VPN such as the one offered by NordVPN, you wouldn't be in this awful situation.
I should have, and I've heard NordVPN is really good as well. Yes. I've heard it's a brilliant service that lets you pretend to be from other places in the world to the internet. Does that make sense, listener? You know what I mean, right?
That's right, Luke, and it also helps you to protect your private data like bank details, passwords, and online identity.
Oh man, I feel really stupid as well because I actually do use NordVPN in real life and have done for years, and I find it very good.
Disabled it specifically for this.
I trusted McGoogles so much. I'm so sick of beloved children's characters turning to cybercrime.
It's the worst. Well, Luke, worry no more, because you can get the best discount off your NordVPN plan in the future by going to nordvpn.com/momcan'tcook, all one word. Our link will give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There is no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box.
Hang on, just getting a phone call from... Oh yeah, it's Barney the dinosaur. Hey Barney. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of money. Luke. And all I have to do is... Yeah, sure, I'll go on the website now.
Luke puts down the internet and walk away. Oof, Luke, I am pooped. I've spent all day setting up elaborate pranks and unlikely sort of Rube Goldberg machines to sort of drop ice cream trucks on people and fire things at them across the room and sort of just generally ruin people's lives. And you know what? I've completely forgotten to get myself any lunch.
Oh,
I'm at the 6s and 7s, I tell you.
You need something nutritionally complete.
I do.
At this point, Luke expansively gestures with his arms to a row of 1,000 fridges just behind him. The doors of them all swing open, revealing that they are all filled with Huel Black Edition.
Damn.
Gaze upon it, Andy, I say, like Morpheus.
Where did you get all this Huel Black Edition?
Huel sent it to me. They sent me 50,000 bottles.
Wow, okay.
Enough
good.
to supply 10 lifetimes. And while Huel don't claim that you will live 10 lifetimes if you drink Huel, I think they should start claiming that. Because this stuff is delicious, it's nutritionally complete. I don't see how you can't live 10 lifetimes drinking this stuff, frankly.
Well, that's a false and unverifiable claim, but what is a true and verifiable claim is that Huel is a complete meal in one bottle with 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fiber, and low in sugar, so you'll feel full, focused, and ready for your day. No prep, no cleanup, just grab and go.
Andy and I really enjoy Huel. I often will have one for lunch because, it's just quick. I know that it's nutritionally complete and it fills me up and it tastes really nice. It's like a big chocolate milkshake. Delicious.
Yeah, I've got one chilling in the fridge right now for my lunch today. Not 50,000 bottles, just the one.
Just the one.
Which I bought myself because I like Huel. But if you want to try Huel for yourself, new customers get 15% off plus a free gift at Huel.com when you use our code MOMCAN'TCOOK, all one word. Don't miss out. Try it today.
That's 15% plus a free gift for new customers using the exclusive code MomCan'tCook at Huel.com. Please see our description for the terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition, bottled. And live for 1,000 years.
They're not claiming that happens. We cut to McGinty in therapy. I pound on kids. That's what I do. This can't happen to me, he says. They call me the McGoogler now.
Mm-hmm. The therapist wants to take him through a childhood regression treatment, which involves shoving McGoogle's toy in his face. Mm-hmm. He panics, but don't worry, we're going to come back to this. He's going to experience a breakthrough.
Yeah. We see the stockbroker bully Dobbs browsing the Handspring website. He's checking out the Visor Platinum. It's a real speed demon and 50% faster than the Visor Deluxe.
I don't know why he's looking at the Visor Platinum, though, because it will be a step down from the Visor Prism that he had before, even if it's 50% faster than the Deluxe.
Yeah, it doesn't have the colour screen. It's $300, though.
So he's staring down the barrel of a downgrade.
Yeah.
Having to spend $300 on a downgraded handspring.
Right.
A nightmare.
Exactly.
You don't want this. But suddenly he gets an IM. Meet me 3 p.m. today at the junkyard if you want to put your handheld back in your hand.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, sounds like most anonymous IMs that people were receiving in the early noughties.
In the early noughties. P.S. Bring the metal coil, it says.
I stand
and
by
then
my
from
statement.
downstairs, his dad shouts, "Son, your mother found a metal coil on the front porch. Is it yours?"
You know what? The more we talk about this film, the more I like it.
The more it's good, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so we cut to the junkyard. Dobbs is here. He's got the coil in hand. The ice cream truck slowly approaches. This kind of Western music. It's a sort of Western pastiche, this. Mm-hmm. I want my coil. I want my handheld. This sort of Morricone music playing.
The ice cream man gets out of his truck. He repeats, "I want my handheld." The ice cream man misunderstands and thinks he wants him to hold his hand, and then starts calling him a little baby.
It descends into blind, ugly violence.
Yeah.
In fury, Dobbs bends the coil. The ice cream man hurls the Visor Prism in its leather case to the ground.
Even the superior build quality of the Visor Prism can't survive the stamping on that he gives it.
I know. They continue to tussle. Meanwhile, in the background, we see Max at the controls of a claw grabber crane truck, lifting the ice cream truck upwards with a big claw. As it disintegrates under its own weight, he maneuvers the truck over his two enemies, and then somehow
it detaches and falls on top of them, and they're both crushed like a Final Destination kill. Honestly, I was so anxious in this whole scene. It honestly looks like he's going to drop this ice cream truck on them, and it is not well anchored. This thing, it is like
he picks it up by the plastic ice cream on the top, and it's visibly like disintegrating. Any moment the truck is going to drop, but instead, what he does is sort of tips it at an angle, so that all of the soupy ice cream tips out the back and drenches his enemies.
And they sort of slip and tumble in the goop,
but they are alive.
Yeah,
which is unexpected.
Back in therapy, Troy, he's now playing with the McGoogle's toy, and he looks into the past to sort of try and find the source of his McGoogle's fear. Suddenly, we get juxtaposed all of Max Keeble's enemies having the same realization. Jindrake, Dobbs, Ice Cream Man, and Troy all come to the realization, Keeble.
Max is strolling along, blithely unaware. Jenna is outside her house.
Dun.
She asks Max if he wants to hang out. She says that she's meeting some friends for milkshakes.
Yeah.
Actually, says Max, I've got to be somewhere. The somewhere is the going away party that Megan and Robe are throwing for him.
Stay for one milkshake, it'll be fun, she says, sexfully. One milkshake. Okay, says Max. His defences lowered. At the milkshake parlour, Max is downing milkshake after milkshake and belching. The girls, of course, are loving this.
Yeah, he's flanked by Jenna and another adoring girl. They're obsessed with him now.
Yeah.
So did you set up that monkey thing, they ask? He explains coolly that, in fact, Tad is a chimpanzee, not a monkey.
Yeah. No, he set up a sexual ape attack at the school, not a sexual monkey attack. It's very different.
He says, it's
all part of my new attitude.
Or what I like to call my fatitude. A grown man comes in to sit down and is told not to crowd the man.
Yeah.
He has fatitude. I think this is Little Romeo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't crowd the man, he has fatitude, says popular character Little Romeo.
Yeah. We cut to Megan and Robe's party. Max has not showed up, but to be fair, the party looks absolutely awful.
Yeah, they're sitting in an abandoned junkyard and it's just Megan and Robe.
Yeah, they're wearing plastic hats. There's one table. 3 empty plastic cups are on the table. I wonder where Max is, Megan asks, concerned. She doesn't seem to be having fun, so Robe wordlessly reaches out and presses a button on a silly string dispenser and dispenses silly string onto her.
Dispenses a full can of silly string onto her chest.
She looks sad.
Back at the diner, Max is dancing on a table with Jenna. It's nighttime now. Robe and Megan are at the door. They're disappointed. Megan storms off. Max chases after them, but Robe is even more disappointed, and he's got some harsh words for Max.
I guess we're just not cool enough for you.
Don't say that. But Megan, she likes you. She really likes you. Robe, wait.
You know what? I've been waiting. Now I'm going home. Have a nice life in Chicago.
So Max regards the party raging inside the diner, but then heads home.
He realises he missed out on the real party, which was sitting in an abandoned junkyard, having Robe empty a can of silly string onto your face.
Watching Robe joylessly empty a can of silly string.
So at home, Max tries to call Megan to apologise, but he's not getting any luck. His dad comes into his room. Great news. He's made another life-changing decision for the entire family without consulting anyone.
We're not moving, he says. We're not? Max asks, confused. I finally gave Foge some of his own medicine, Dad says. We're going to stay here, and I'm going to start my own business.
It's worth pointing out that Dad is dressed as a big piece of cheese during this interaction.
Is this the business? Wait, says Max, in sudden terror. We're not moving. His vision spins around, and he faints, because, of course, if he's not moving, then he's just torpedoed his whole life.
His entire life, yeah. Max passes out from grief.
We cut to school drop-off. Max tries to persuade Dad to take the job after all. Dad says, no, I owe it all to you. You gave me the confidence to be confident.
Yeah, we're now a zero-income family, and I'm gonna struggle as a sort of sign twirler on the street, I suppose. I think
he was probably a sign twirler all along.
Yeah.
When he walked in as dressed as a lobster, it was like he works in advertising. I was like, okay, so he's advertising like Larry Lobster's used car lot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where his experience lies. So Max leaves the car and walks towards what he thinks will be certain death.
He's Metal Gear Soliding around the school because he's grade A dead meat and he knows it. And he also left his friends in the same boat. McKinty's going to pound Robe every day, thanks to Max.
Yep.
Megan works for Dobbs now. All her money forever will go to him.
Yes. We get these like little vignettes play out, kind of watched by Max as he hides in bushes and stuff. In fact, he says in VO, the entire school was going to suffer because of me. We see Jindrake slapping books out of a kid's hands. Stop smiling, he roars. This is not a happy place. Jindrake heads to his office. He's told by Mrs. Rangoon that he can't see Max to give him a bollocking because he's moved to Chicago. I guess Max's parents didn't bother informing the school that he would continue to attend. He has Mrs. Rangoon dress him in his like a sort of zip-up suit he wears to give
tearaway suits.
Suits he gives to address. He has an address to give. He sort of pulls down his backdrop.
He gets Mrs. Rangoon to pull it down and she doesn't look at it.
Yes.
And then he starts doing his presentation, but we see that his backdrop is Max Keeble doing sort of bunny ears over his head and a thought bubble coming out of his head that says, I'm wearing a thong.
The principal hasn't seen this, however, and he roars, because of yesterday's crimes against the school, instigated by your former classmate Max Keeble, the following extracurricular activities are now suspended. Art, music, PE, fun. The students watch this distraught. Great, your boyfriend Max Keeble just got us hosed, says Jenna's friend.
Yeah.
He's just my paper boy, says Jenna.
I never really liked him, she says, disavowing him.
Yeah, everyone hates Max now.
Yeah. Max runs to the janitor's room to try and hide from everyone who wants to kill him. He apologises for the cafeteria, but then the wise old janitor says any kid can make a mess, takes a man to clean it up, with a sort of wise wink.
So wise.
And then Max is like, yeah, I thought I'd stood up to the bullies, but all I'd done was hit and run. That's not courage. That's ex-courage.
He says. So he heads to the school PA system and he gets on the video announcement. He says sorry to all his friends. Everyone in school is obviously watching this broadcast and his meaningful apology. I screwed up, he says to Megan and Robe. You guys are my best friends, and that's forever. And McGinty and Dobbs, it's me you want. If you want me, I'll be in the parking lot 3 o'clock. Principal Jindrake sees this broadcast as he's walking down the halls and sprints to his office to make the arrest, which he does.
Yeah, he grabs Max and throws him down into a chair. You've acted like a criminal, so I'm going to treat you like one, he says. And then he sort of trains a toy cannon on him, calls him a criminal, and then... And then Max fires back with an accusation of his own.
Yeah.
You've been stealing from the school budget to fund your stadium. But surreptitiously, Max turns the camera back on, so all of this is being filmed.
I saw it on the screen. You have been stealing from all the other school budgets to fund your stupid football stuff.
Saw it on the screen, did you?
Yeah, it's true.
You're a smart little boy. But so am I. So I fiddled with the budget. Fiddlesticks, it's my budget. So we have fewer textbooks, big deal. Textbooks are for nerds. Fewer band instruments, who cares? Band is for losers. So the janitor has to work overtime for no pay. You should pay me for the privilege. Now, let me describe your next 24 hours. I am going to mete out a punishment to you that is so severe, future generations will refer to it as the Keeble.
So that was, as you've probably gleaned, everyone in the school seeing the principal slandering them. So suddenly, they should just uninstall this PA system. It is a lot more trouble than it's worth.
Every time he uses it, he is humiliated in some way. So, yeah, I think it's not great. Outside, we hear the beeping of a sort of reversing truck. Jindrake goes to look out the window, and we see that his bulldozer is being delivered. Oh, goody, he says. It turns out the animal shelter is being bulldozed today.
You thought you saved the animal shelter, he says, but it appears not. Okay.
Why did he think he'd saved the animal shelter?
Why did Max think he'd saved the animal shelter? Just because...
I don't think he had.
Just
he
because he'd sort of embarrassed the principal in front of the superintendent, I guess? I don't know. I mean, surely he's only going to have increased the principal's dislike of the animals in the animal shelter.
Yeah.
Because now they're all trying to have sex with him all the time.
With his mouth, yeah. So Max is dragged and imprisoned within the janitor's room.
Yeah.
3 p.m. rolls around. Dobbs approaches the appointed place, as does McGinty. We've got to do something, says Megan to Robe.
Yeah, they speculate on what Dobbs and McGinty will do to Max. Outside, Jindrake signs for the bulldozer and is given the keys. Is he going to build the stadium himself with a bulldozer?
Yeah, well, bulldozers have two settings, don't they? Have bulldoze and they have construct. So you flick it over and then you just move things around. It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like right and left clicking
snaps together. It's like, Max uses a sort of loop of wire to undo the lock on the janitor's room that he's locked in, and he escapes.
Why doesn't he use a paperclip to pick a lock? Like he was
was researching.
Like he was researching in a scene earlier.
Yeah.
Fine,
whatever.
We see the news kids observing the situation, the bullies waiting for him. This is going to be epic, they say. Keeble cancelled. So all the pieces are in play, essentially, for a sort of big endgame showdown.
Jindrake comes to check on Max, but he sees that he's escaped. He goes into the sort of prison janitor room to look, but he's locked in by the janitor while he's investigating.
Yeah, the janitor sort of sneaks in and locks the door, annoyed because of what he saw on the PA. The principal is caged like an animal.
They sort of let the camera run here because they're like, just improvise a bit, principal. And he goes, "Sacrilege! Open this door immediately! Caged like an animal. Boo-hoo! Ironic! Aye!" just keeps going. And they use all of it.
Imprisoned! We got it? Did we get it?
No, it's still going. Caged like the animals I so hate. Ironic in a way that I would be caged, much like an animal.
Like an animal.
And yet my whole character revolves around hating animals. Oh, the irony. Oh, the bitter irony.
So we cut to the parking lot. Is someone looking for me? Max Keeble enters coolly. He's made his date with the bullies. We cut briefly to the principal trying to break out of the janitor's closet using different tools. He's kind of like hammering at the lock with a shovel and a spade and stuff.
There's a lot of tools in there. There's like spades and crowbars and sort of pneumatic drills and chainsaws, but none of them seem to work, unfortunately.
In the parking lot, the bullies stand up to Max. They, get ready to bully him senseless.
Welcome to the parking lot of pain, they say.
They say, you know how the doctors say this won't hurt a bit? Well, I'm not a doctor, and neither is McGinty here. And then Max is like, well, that's too bad, because you're going to need one, and then lunges at them. It looks like he's just trying to sort of like biting their groin.
Yeah, he's sort of, trying to bite them hard on the genitals.
Yeah.
But he's not having much success. But suddenly, Megan comes out. "Let him go," she says. "Or what?" says McGinty. "Or I'll start doing this," she says, and takes out a clarinet and starts to play it.
She plays the first 6 notes of We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister.
Mm-hmm.
There is a pause, and then Robe marches onto the parking lot. He's got his bathrobe wrapped around a stick like a flag. He's wearing other clothes. The whole...
He's nude.
Just realised for audio listeners probably should clarify.
Clarify that Robe wears his robe over clothes. Yeah.
The whole band group follows, playing a marching band version of We're Not Gonna Take It.
We're not gonna take it.
Megan gives the bullies a look as if to say, well... Although I don't know what this changes.
I'd be like, damn, that's pretty nerdy. Anyway, back to killing Max Keeble.
Yeah. Suddenly, all the school's nerds emerge from the woodwork and surround Dobbs and McGinty, who are sort of pressed back to back, encircled. "I'm scared," McGinty says, unnerved. "You should be. We're taking back our school," says Megan.
Yeah.
"No more being pushed around," says Robe.
The adult exchange student from Europe says, "Your reign of terror over the student body has come to an abrupt halt." And everyone's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Yes, please, my wife." And everyone's like, "Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
From now on, you have to pay us to use the restroom. We're pulling your plug.
Throw him in the dumpster! Swirl it!
Yeah! Get
It's a satisfying scene of the nerds sort of carrying the bullies away, but...
rising up and against the bullies and carrying them off to throw them into the dumpster.
But in my mind, when all these nerds surround Dobbs and McGinty, who I think are pretty kick-ass characters, in my mind this turned into the Agent Smith clone fight from Matrix Reloaded, and I would have just loved to see Dobbs and McGinty just wade into the nerds, just sort of like just defeating them all.
Yeah, have you ever seen those those videos where there'll be like 100,000 golems versus 6 Iron Mans or something?
Yeah,
it's just like
exactly.
them all swarming and Iron Man just owning 100,000 golems.
Yeah, I would be totally up for that. And at the end, you have sort of Dobbs and McGinty, kind of like panting and a bit sweaty, but ultimately having defeated every nerd in the school.
Yeah, on top of a giant pile of nerds.
Oh, like the Doom artwork.
Knee deep in the dead.
Knee deep, rip and tear until all the nerds have been pounded.
Yeah. So the bullies. Jim Drake escapes from the janitor's room. He finds a chainsaw and he's trying to sort of get it started when the door just swings open on its own, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
The bullies are about to be thrown into a dumpster. "Wait," says Max. "What are we doing? This makes us the same as them, don't you see? I went about this the wrong way. We're not better than them if we do the same thing. We need to stand together and make the school a better place for all of us."
For you, and you, and you, and you, and even you, worried kid. He points at a nervous-looking nerd, and worried kid bursts into tears.
Worried kid.
What should we do with them? Let them go. And the bullies are released, but into a dumpster, so they still get some bullying.
Yeah.
Worried kid is still sobbing.
Yeah.
Wow,
you are so cool, says Sexual Jenna.
Yeah.
A bunch of us are having a party this weekend. 9th graders only, except for you, Max. "I'm sorry, I can't come," says Max. "I'm meeting somebody," he says, looking at Megan. And then Megan's like, shoo to Jenna.
Yeah, get ready, you, Jenna.
Yeah.
"You know what," says Max. "I think not moving was the best move of all." And Max and Megan hold hands sweetly.
Yeah.
And it seems like the film is over, but all of a sudden, here comes Principal Jim Drake on a bulldozer. He's driving straight for the animal shelter. "Scatter like the children you are," he screams as he drives a JCB into the children, possibly harming his chances of promotion.
He has spray painted the Keeble into the scoop of the bulldozer.
Yeah.
He took some time to do that.
Yeah.
"Anybody home?" he says, bursting through the gate of the animal shelter. Max runs towards the animal shelter, jumps over the fence using a trampoline.
It's pretty... So he jumps up onto the bonnet of a car, onto the top of a pickup truck, trampoline bounces off the tarp on its flatbed and over the wall, and lands on Ostrich.
He lands on the back of an ostrich.
Called Ozma.
It's a sort of weird CGI shot
of him landing on an ostrich.
Where he sort of rotates unnaturally into the position.
This jump and this ostrich land very much have the same energy as the dream sequence in the beginning. So I think we can safely assume this is the neurons firing. He went under the wheels of the bulldozer.
Max was impaled by the scoop of the bulldozer, and now it's a fantasy sequence as he passes away.
So in the shelter, Principal Jindrake revs up his bulldozer. He prepares to annihilate a goat with it, but Max walks in front of it.
"Who's first?" he says, lowering the bulldozer at the animals. I know. How about the smelly goat?" He seems to think that buying this land allows him to kill all the animals with a bulldozer, which I'm pretty sure.
Kill every... Yeah. But also I think they're trying to stop the principal from, like, buying the land to develop a
football
stadium, which he wants to do so that the school is so good that he gets so respected that he gets promoted to superintendent.
To Superintendent Chalmers.
Yeah.
But he's... Yeah.
It's an odd plan. But for once, I don't really mind, because the whole film has this sort of unhinged energy. So you do have a principal, like, by all rights, the principal's already won because he owns this land. He has bought.
But it's like
he's bought the animal shelter already, right?
Yeah, it's this kind of heightened reality that this film exists in that I kind of enjoy. So it's fine. You sort of let it go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max pulls up on his ostrich that he's riding now and says, "Not today, Jindrake. That's far enough."
Jindrake steps down from the bulldozer. Max prepares his kung fu. He enters a martial arts stance. "Your kung fu's no good here, Max," says Principal Jindrake, and then, smiling smugly, uses his breath spray.
He pumps another couple of jets of breath spray into his mouth.
It is the worst thing he could have done.
Yeah, the animals all become instantly horny for his mouth.
Yeah, they like activate. They sprint towards him. Tad is here too. Max grabs a newspaper and, using his paperboy skills, he throws it at a latch to the enclosures.
Yep.
And it opens. I guess they all share one enclosure. Fine.
Sure.
Jindrake runs off down the road. He is pursued by a horse, 2 ponies, a donkey, 2 llamas, 4 goats, 2 dogs, a sheep, and of course Tad and Ozma, all of whom are horny for his pheromoned mouth.
These animals are all chasing Jindrake, hoping to mate with his mouth. Whoa, he says. The whole school comes out to cheer.
That's what I would say.
Whoa. Everyone's like, yeah, he did it. All right, Max. All these animals are now just sort of loose in the neck. They're all going to have to be euthanized.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yes, I did it, says Max. The animal shelter was safe. The bullies were cooked. We see a newspaper. I will now read to you the article. Curtis Junior High, Thursday. Kids were wondering what all the cameras and reporters were doing at school. Fellow student and good Samaritan Max Keeble found out some information and came forward. When asked if all of the publicity was embarrassing, Keeble replied, "I think all this fuss is really silly. I just did what anyone would have done. But unfortunately for the school's principal, Mr. Jindrake, all this fuss isn't silly at all. He's facing charges."
He's facing charges.
He's facing charges, yeah.
It also, I should say, when asked if all the publicity was embarrassing is spelt embarrassing.
When asked if all the publicity was embarrassing, Keeble replied, "I think all this fuss is really silly. It's not embarrassing at all." So Jindrake was fired. Max and his friends are happy that the first week of school was over, and now we can chill for the rest of the year, he says. It's worth pointing out in the IMDb trivia of this film, it mentions that the film takes place from September 3rd to September 7th, 2001. So I imagine next week isn't going to be that chill for Max Keeble and friends.
Oh no. Oh man, oh Max.
Yeah.
We end on Max Keeble on his bike as the ice cream man gives chase. And then it's the credits.
Yeah, we get a full version of the McGoogles song. He slips into French towards the end.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, but it's happened now, so there's nothing to be done about it.
It's happened, and there's nothing to be done.
Yeah, I think this film is pretty good though.
Yeah.
At the end, when Max is like, "Yep, I did it," I do have to wonder if Max did it or whether the principal's downfall was the natural consequence of him being completely insane. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not like he could carry on like this.
Max was kind of just a passenger in the principal making decisions such as buying a bulldozer to personally run over every animal.
To murder every animal with a bulldozer, yes.
Yeah. But, I'm nitpicking. Generally, pretty strong.
Generally fun. I had a good time. It's a sort of fun, silly romp, and it's got that kind of like mythologizing of high school that I think you sort of have to do when you're that age to get through it. So I imagine watching it when you're 11 and talking about all the legendary bullies and the incredibly insane principal and stuff.
Yeah.
It was quite fun.
Oh, that is such a good point about how mythologizing the school experience is very important.
Yeah.
Is crucial to coping with it. Yeah, I never thought about it like that, but you're absolutely right. It makes me want to rewatch Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's a good energy. They've got licensed music. They've got Tony Hawk's in there. They've got the budget for big loads of animals. There's an ape. I mean, what's not to like?
You're right. It's just pretty good. Can I read you an email, Andy?
Yes, please.
Okay, Andy, this email comes from Elizabeth, and it concerns Money Plane.
Oh, good. Our next live show. Excited.
Dear Andy and Luke, the news of the next live recap being Money Plane might possibly be the funniest thing that has happened to me in a while. Let me explain. I currently work in a shop in London that still sells DVDs. I must see hundreds of movies come and go and pay very little attention to any of them. Recently, I had a customer purchase a single copy of Money Plane for £1.99. While trying to make conversation, I asked if he was purchasing it as a fan of the wrestler Edge. He responded that he was actually buying it as a gift for a buddy and that they like to exchange cheap movies. Sometimes they find an unexpected masterpiece, otherwise it's just a bit of dumb fun. He then said, "It's a great metaphor for life. Sometimes you get an Oscar winner, and sometimes life is Money Plane."
Sometimes life is money plane.
As you can imagine, those words stuck in my head. I immediately bought the next £1.99 copy of Money Plane that came into my shop. I laughed out loud when I read the back of the case and realised it wasn't just Edge, but all three Lawrence brothers as well. Sometimes life is Money Plane quickly became a commonplace phrase in my home. And then out of nowhere, Andy mentions Money Plane on the Oxventure podcast. In the last month, we sold 3 more copies of Money Plane, more than we sold in the last year before that. Just this morning, a YouTube video review for Money Plane showed up on my homepage. I've never watched anything about Money Plane on YouTube. I talked to my partner about how this one film from 5 years ago is suddenly everywhere, and then in the middle of my workday I get the email. Mum Can't Cook is doing another live show for Money Plane. I had to excuse myself, I was laughing so hard. I knew in that moment that sometimes life truly is Money Plane.
Life truly is Money Plane. Yeah, I hope we're not sort of jumping on any kind of Money Plane bandwagon, because I'm a Money Plane OG. I've been making fun of this film.
I think that is desperately unlikely.
Since time immemorial.
I think
by which I mean 2020.
I think if you're worried that we're accidentally about to bandwagon onto a Money Plane reappraisal and cultural moment, I would say don't worry.
Don't worry about that.
Sometimes life is
I can't
Money
wait
Plane.
for a live show.
Yeah.
A reminder that if you want to come, there's a link to the tickets website in the description of this podcast. Yep. So do check it out.
Because sometimes life is Money Plane, but if you come to the Mum Can't Cook live show where we recap Money Plane, that day will not be Money Plane.
No. That day will be good. It won't be Money Plane.
It won't be Money Plane. It will just be us recapping Money Plane.
Yeah.
Okay, you can get merch as well. mumcan'tcookstore.com or bonesforbowser.com will both get you there. And hey, if you've listened to this and you're like, I need more Mum Can't Cook, I need more, it's not enough what you've done, well, then I don't know what to tell you. There simply is no more Mum Can't Cook. You'll have to wait a fortnight. There's no way around it.
Or is there? Go to patreon.com/extra helpings and you can sign up for Mum Can't Cook Extra Helpings, where on the off weeks of Mum Can't Cook, you can listen to a bonus episode of Luke and I currently recapping the Disney Channel original TV series So Weird. The most recent ones that we recorded included an episode where Eric Von Detten gets owned by an animatronic baby for 25 minutes, and one about, I don't know, haunted cameras or something. Something stupid.
It's consistently the best. Okay, thanks very much, everyone, for listening. Andy, what are we going to do next?
Luke, next time we will be doing 2009's DCOM Dad Napped. I'll now read you the description. Melissa, whose only rival is a fictional character from her novelist father's spy book, suddenly finds herself in a baffling situation when she is forced to find her missing father.
What? Her enemy is a fictional... Okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
What's hard to understand about that, Luke?
I don't know, but I mean, I would have watched any movie called Dad Napped.
Dad Napped.
So, yeah, the description is frankly unnecessary. But cool.
So come on back next time for 2009's Dad Napped. And also, I mean, I think it might be Luke solo next time because I have just got the news from my parents that we're moving away.
Oh, what?
Unfortunately, yeah, we're going to be moving to, what used to be called Chicago.
Right.
It's now called Craterville because obviously... but the house prices are amazing there. So we're going to be moving to a nice big house in a crater.
Yeah.
But since I'm moving away, I guess I can say all the things that I never got a chance to say before because I was too afraid to say them. Ready up, Luke, for this.
Oh, God.
I think Mark Kermode is actually an incredibly talented film critic, and I think that Simon Mayo is a Hall of Fame level broadcaster, and I respect both of them so much.
Oh, my God. That's the kind of thing you would only say if he was moving to a crater.
Hang on. Sorry, I've just got a text from my dad. Oh, we're not moving. And also, I don't live with them, so it wouldn't matter if they did move. Okay. Everyone forget that nice stuff I said about Kermode and Mayo. They suck. Those are my real true feelings. So stop the recording. Press the stop recording button, please.
Yeah, Hey, Vice Principal Andy.
Hey, Vice Principal Luke. How's it going today here at Extra Helpings High?
It's going very, very bad.
Oh.
We've got an absolute bully problem. Our school is rife with bullies.
Well, I mean, we've already got a couple of colourful bullies. There's the one who sort of wears a T-shirt that he made with his victims' names on, and then there's the stockbroker guy.
I wish
finance bro bully.
I wish those themed bullies were the ones that we had to worry about, but increasingly the bullies are theming themselves into themed bully gangs.
Oh, no.
Look, I've got their names here on this long register of themed bullies.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, I thought these were good kids. Saz Thompson, Hannah Kirchner, Ben from Finance, John Sharplin, Jeebus Piers-Jones, Hef and Seish. They've formed a gang of gym bullies. They're going to curl all of their victims and bench press them until their muscles fatigue.
It's horrible. It doesn't bear thinking about. And we've got Emily W, Matt S, Michael Saul, Andrew the Osteogent, Liz L, Sarah Mattox, and Zora Stingray. They've formed a gang of bullies calling themselves the Milkmen. They take your milk in the cafeteria and deliver it to suburban homes for a fee.
For money.
Wow.
Money. I mean, that's kind of enterprising, I guess. But no, it's bad. We're not going to allow it. Here we have this group: Angel Beat, Ash, Andy, Shane Ente, Clint, Hannah Lopez, Smashed Savannah Burger Boys and Girl, and Brandon Plesh. Apparently their MO is to hire a skywriter, go up with them and write the names of their victims in the sky.
What?
But it does take all day. So by the time they get back to school, it's evening and everyone's gone home. That's okay, I guess.
Well, I guess on the plus side, no one's getting bullied, but on the other side, that's such a waste of jet fuel.
It is.
Yeah, so we've got to curb that. Blake, Danny Ward, Nurse Jake, Courtney Rail, Simon Ganzel, Kyle Bain, Unlimited Patience, Brackets Kiz. They formed a gang of bullies called the Backpack Grabbers. They use long extending mechanical arms to grab the backpacks off of kids and then fling them skywards. Not just onto a roof, but onto the roof of the planet.
You mean the sky?
I mean the sky, yes. Yeah. I'm not a very clever principal, and I believe that the sky is the roof of the planet.
Well, that's why we only made vice principal, isn't it? Well, what about this, though? We've got Anna Petuhova, Daniel Ingraham, Tony B, Rue Kyler, Louise Lola, Tilly Everoa, and Who Needs to Sleep. They've formed a group of artistic bullies who will paint a picture of an upcoming bullying. To show to their victim, and then they'll do that thing in the painting.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And innovative bullies: Crescentia Che, Cropolio, $50 on the Alligator, Adam Steele, Andy Meany, Morvan Butterworth, and Philip Stevens. It says here that they've innovated a new bullying technique that they're calling the swirly whirly. It's like a normal swirly where your head goes down the toilet, but it's even more whirly because they then rotate the entire bathroom in the opposite direction, doubling the dizziness.
Yeah,
I can't believe
that's
this.
Something.
Swirly.
That's something to see. I'm disappointed in Jack Fabian, Special Lenticular Pornography for Airplanes, Will Thomas, Rai Midema, Book Monster, Business Corgi, and Michael Olsen. They formed a little clique called the Flat Pack Bullies, who will make you assemble a flat pack locker and then push you into it.
Oh my gosh,
that is just cruel.
sadistic. Adam, Cuddy, Ruth, Cara Dennison, Nerdazoid Brackets, Sean, Julian Rundlet, Security James, Roz James, and Moist Drippings. It says here that they've formed a bullying gang called the Wet Willies. Do I even want to know?
Probably not.
Do I even want to know? Do I want to turn over this piece of A4 and find out what it is that they're up to? I'm turning it now. Oh my god!
Oh, I didn't need the picture.
It's too horrible. Oh no.
Paul Murphy, 85, Chase Baker, Duchess the Monk, Surya Tez, Daniel Rogers, and Danny Cap. They've apparently got access to a time machine, and they've formed a gang of future bullies where they will be sort of tormenting their victims with laser rifles and holograms. It's insulting holograms. Can't have that.
Snowy Owl, Cole Mastro, Tim Craven, Adam Snigg, Raging Angel, Ethan Pearson, and Paul Stevens. They've also invented a time machine, but they're going backwards in time. And then they're tormenting their victims with medieval torture equipment like the rack and gibbets and other things like that. They're really just sort of pulling kids apart in a very visceral and deadly way that I simply cannot condone any longer.
Not here at Extra Helpings High. We have Lord of the Soul Doctrine, Casper Miriel, Will Pohoretsky, Quinnis Teething, Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, Danny Boya, and Autumn Holloway. They're apparently a gang of race around the world bullies. They're forcing their victims to circumnavigate the globe, and whoever comes back last gets their ass beat.
Gets bullied more.
Yeah,
has to do it again.
Has to do it again, but with their legs all kicked.
That's awful. Almost as awful as what E.T., Alan St. George, Elizabeth Homemade Mask, Paul Stokes, Christoph and Chris Pryor have been up to. They've formed a rival gang to the Wet Willies called the Free Willies. Do I even want to know? I'm going to turn over the paper now. Oh my!
Oh, I didn't need the picture.
God. I didn't know a whale could...
No, that's a problem for the RSPCA.
Yeah.
And finally, Z-Man, Jotham Funklara, Jonathan 420, Hyperbole, Mike Kavanagh, Megan Tors, Prince Reynart, and Jambo Number 5. They formed a gang of hot air balloon bullies. They write the name of their victim on the balloon, and then they commit an aerial bullying on them as they go past.
A floating bullying.
An overhead bullying. Yeah.
We need to stop this.
We need to stop all of this right now.
Let's give detention to every student.
Yeah.
It will be functionally identical to no one getting detention because they'll all just be in school together like normal. But
I think it's the fairest way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, Tony Hawk.